like free form chatting or
Just
whatever? Or
freeform
do you
talk
guys
about
have
it.
like?
Yeah. The only like, restriction is that Ruben and I will not talk anything spoilers of the future games, obviously.
Well, yes, I just finished the case with, the first case with Von Karma's daughter. I forgot her first name.
Francisca.
Francisca. Yeah, I knew it was something with F, but
Ruben.
You mean best girl?
Yes, that is a comment.
he is, he
Even
is
if he doesn't realize it yet. No.
Franziska is glorious, okay. But she's not in the first game, so we're not here to talk about her. Or about how she can step on me.
But that's okay, because my best girl is in the first game, in the form of Maya Fey.
True,
Maya
Maya's
Fey
pretty
or
epic.
Mia Fey?
Mia Fey's your best girl?
No, Maya is the one that
Well,
Joseph
Mia-
said. And
Mia
Maya
has
is
the best
also very
boobs.
epic.
I mean, Khan, that is true. But.
That's not where you're here to talk about. I guess.
But Khan,
wish I
April,
could
Khan,
argue. I wish I could argue, but I can't.
Khan, but April May though.
True. April May got some titties.
April May.
The pink
the
hair
pink
girl.
one.
Pink hair girl from
The
Case 2.
pink person. The pink one. You remember the pink girl? That's
Oh,
her.
Yeah. From the Mia's
From
dead.
the red,
case, I
white
forgot.
case.
Ooh, are you like a lawyer? Oh yeah, this is gonna be spoiler
remember.
shit. You can't discuss Ace Attorney without spoiling the game itself. Sorry. Yeah, bye.
Yeah, I guess we can talk about the cases up until the first case with Francisca.
I'd say save the second game for like
I mean,
a
that's
separate
only
set.
that's just the first case of the second game, because the second case of the second
yeah.
game has Franziska in it.
Although I don't know if you guys count the tutorial case with the
Yeah,
guy.
I do.
That is
yeah.
the first case.
It's the first
second
case.
introduces Franziska. She is the prosecutor in the second case of the second game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Even though technically, chronologically, the second case in the second game takes place before the first case of the second game.
Yes, that's true.
Don't worry, it's easy to understand. Okay, so you want to start with the first case in the first game? If we're talking about first game.
First game, it was a good way of getting into it, definitely. I guess.
With the one and only Larry Butts.
Oh yeah.
Larry
The
Butts.
greatest-
By the way, we should really watch
The movie.
Ace Attorney movie. Yeah.
Hell, I know what Cobb got obviously kind of see it. Ruben, have you ever seen the movie?
No. Is this
Ooh.
the live action one that you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, the live action one.
Oh.
I've only heard good
Uh,
things about it.
From me. No, I'm kidding.
And The Unusual Suspect on YouTube. So.
right.
I
Ruben, do you
hear,
have any?
Like
Oh, sorry, go on, Con.
in the video, the guy said that it was his favorite video game movie of all time. Like I know it's a low bar, but
As of now, it's mine as well. Ruben, you have any objections to that?
I have not seen it. I don't know what it's about.
Okay.
I don't even know if they
it's
If
just an
they-
adaptation of the first game.
Practically.
do they
yeah.
actually adapt it, or is it like we have our own unique case and boom?
No, they don't. They don't add any new cases. It's just it doesn't. Obviously, it doesn't include the DLC, the fifth case, but it's up to like it's case 1 through 4.
Mhm.
It has all that content. It's not. Obviously they take more time with certain stuff than other stuff because it's not a 30-hour game, but it has
Let's
all the
watch
main
it
shit there.
today.
All right, but if the movie doesn't include the guy that if it doesn't include Phoenix just presenting every single piece of evidence to every single statement, I'm gonna be upset.
I think you'll be delighted then.
Back to the game though, for now. So okay, yeah, I don't have that much to say about the first tutorial case, other than like it's the only case with Mia alive with Big Boob Mia. So
Well, no, you get plenty of
What do
Big
you
Boom
think
Mia,
about-
but you don't get
what do
plenty
you think
of
about-
living Big Boom Mia.
True. What do you think about Larry Butts?
Larry Butts is cool. Larry,
Larry.
what was the catchphrase? Like, if there's something,
If something
When
smells, it's
something
usually the
smells,
butts.
it's usually the butts.
yeah. I think that's pretty.
And
pretty
Mia
cool,
thinks his
like,
name is
yeah,
Harry
some sort of
Butts
history.
because
Larry Doobie
Oh
having
yeah.
an 18-carat run of bad luck.
I think Frank saw it as like the quintessential first case villain of like any Ace Attorney game, and I know obviously Khan doesn't, he hasn't played any other. He's only seen one other first case villain, but I think Frank saw it defines them very well. Where it's like, I might where it's like, okay, he did it. He's the witness. He's gonna try calling someone else out. Fuck him. And that's not the case for every first case villain. But he's like, he's like that's why I say quintessential, because he's like,
Actually,
what you think of.
I do have something to say about that on that topic. Is that the creators, when they made the first case, the tutorial case, they wanted to show the player who the actual villain was, because they didn't want them to, on the tutorial case, they didn't want them to spend time trying to figure out who the villain was, and instead get acquainted with the actual in the courtroom mechanics.
That makes sense. I mean, for the first case, there isn't really many options, but
I mean, it's a tutorial case. The
Yeah.
tutorial
Exactly.
cases never have
It's a-
options. It's really just
that's true.
this is the guy. Boom! Here's the person that did it.
So generally
say
speaking, they're like that. Like, you know who did it. Just-
Like the first, I know it's because it's the very first case of the entire series, but like there's more to grasp in the second game's tutorial case. Like there's a bit more to that one. I did remember when I was playing that one, I do remember like forgetting that you could present profiles, and I was like, what?
well,
evidence
dude,
do I
it's
have
not
to
that you
present
forgot.
to
That
you?
was new to the second game.
Yeah, the second
I
game
know, I
is
know.
the first one that did that.
Yeah, but like the game literally states that, oh yeah, you can present profiles now, and I'm like searching evidence. What the fuck am I supposed to present? Oh fuck it, I'm just looking up a guide at the tutorial thing. And I'm like, oh yeah, you can present profiles. Oh, I'm dumb.
Yeah, it's probably, to be fair, it is kind of weird, like thinking about that, because it's something to keep in mind later.
I
And
just needed to adjust.
I would just say that's something to keep in mind and for cases in the second and third game, because like for the most part you're using the evidence, but then there'll be some like key parts where you have to present a profile. It's like, oh yeah, shit, that makes sense. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That does happen a lot in the cases.
Yeah,
You know,
I
oh
will-
yeah,
I will say that I do prefer the second game tutorial case just from like a enjoyment, but the first game case, it does actually have a lot of continuity and tie into the rest of the game.
I
True.
personally like the first game's case more than the second game's. I like both. Don't get me wrong, but I think I guess it's the pacing of the first game's case. I just love like the pacing and like the build up of like the intensity and like your I guess competency. To me it's just a great feeling going all throughout.
it's a
The-
really satisfying first case. You're like, oh yeah, so this is how the game feels. I like this.
It helps that the
Yeah.
first game's soundtrack slaps more than anything else in my
Yeah,
opinion.
the first game
my God,
soundtrack
yeah.
is way better than the second game.
That's like the one. That's the one
factual.
bad thing about Justice for All. It has, in my opinion, the weakest soundtrack of the first three games.
Justice for All is my favorite of the first three games, but the soundtrack is terrible.
I wouldn't go so
I
far as say
agree.
terrible, but it's a bar below the other two. I said I think the first game has the best soundtrack of all of them.
Is it because of the
I
DS
hate
soundboard
that-
or whatever?
No, because the first game had the DS soundboard too.
Yeah, I hate that
Yeah, but
they
it was
changed
originally a GBA.
the cornered theme
The
to
o-
like the thing that they had in
Oh
Justice
yeah,
for
I
All.
agree.
No, Why in the Question I actually think is really good. I actually think Why in the Question is a bit better than Caught in the third game. Con doesn't know it yet, but at
The
first I like Caught
Cornered is
better.
The best, and it was such a downgrade. I was like, come on.
Well,
man.
everything's a downgrade compared to Cornered though. Like that's not even fair. That's not
True.
even like any
That's what I was
pursuit
gonna
theme
say.
is
If
a downgrade.
if it had gone from cornered to caught, I would have been okay with it. But cornered to wanting the that one that was horrible.
No,
What was the
I
second
disagree.
one
I think Why
called again?
in the Question is the name of the second.
Why in
You're-
the question?
Yeah, you're not gonna know the names of them unless you look up the soundtrack. It's not like the game tells you. It's just-
I know cornered though. I know cornered. But the second game's cornered theme.
Pursuit theme is
I
the
think it's
general
good on
term.
its own. Pursuit theme.
Yeah, that they call the themes in general are called pursuit themes, and each one has each
I
game
think
has
you
their
could
own
have,
name.
You could have had both. I think you could have had both themes in the game. Like, I like it fine, but cornered is just so much better. I didn't like how they replaced it.
Yeah,
I could-
Cornered is
I
it
could-
feels like Phoenix's theme song, and like they changed it, and it's like, come on.
It isn't until the 3DS games where they start reusing like certain songs tied to characters. Not cornered because fuck me, but they do like for the objection themes. They start
Never
making them
comes back
characters.
again?
Not technically in Professor Layton it does, but it's like an orchestrated. It's like an orchestrated version, which I don't think is as good personally. But in the main games, it's never the main chord. It's never the main pursuit theme again. No. Each game has their own, which I mean, granted, I like the variety that they keep on making a new good one, but I'm always gonna miss Cornered. At the same time,
Corner's just such a high bar.
I mean that's partially why the first game is so good to me, just the soundtrack alone. But the soundtrack
my
alone
God,
makes it
yeah.
something worth our
Sounds
point
kinda
at least.
good.
Like the first game
GTA
soundtrack is my
soundtrack
favorite game
is so
soundtrack
good.
actually.
GBA music is weirdly super satisfying.
Here's the thing. So they remade the game, but they remixed the music. So for the first and second game, it's DS sound font for the music.
Mhm.
Like,
so-
there-
oh,
There's actually you can actually look up GBA versions of the tracks, and they sound weirdly similar. The GBA soundtracks actually sound pretty good,
well, let's
but
listen to them then. Wait, hold on.
yeah, you can look it up right now.
They're
You're
not
like,
exactly the same.
they're not the same. They are worse, but they sound relatively similar. But you can still tell it's
The
GBA.
Game Boy is unique in music in that the Game Boy basically invented chip. They invented chiptune when they invented the Game Boy.
Interesting.
Because
I
if you
remember
look if you look into it, DJs actually use Game Boys to make chiptune music.
That's funny.
Because I remember, like, if you look at like Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, the GBA versions sound way better than the 3DS versions.
I have to go back to them. I actually don't remember. I will once say kind of, what you thought though about the GBA music that does kind of permeate in Trials and Tribulations, where some of the tracks it pretty much is GBA quality, and that's why for certain themes it does weirdly sound worse quality than the first and second games. Keyword some themes, most of the music is fine. It's not a problem, but for some themes, Keely the objection theme, in my opinion, is what got affected by that the most. But that's
Ace Attorney 2 was released in GBA as well.
all
Wow.
the first three games were, because
Really?
they all got what was it? I forget the release dates. I think I think it was like 2001, 2002, and then the third game was like 2004. I forget for the GBA release dates, and then
Oh,
the
I
US they came out. They didn't come out all in the same year, but they came out like in 2007, and they came out like sequentially on the DS as well. No, wait. I said 2004. They might have come out earlier, probably. I
I
actually
believe
don't.
that the first game
2005 maybe.
somewhere
I don't know.
the first game.
I'm gonna look it up. Attorney, a DS release.
So was the
Oh no,
May case.
no,
Like,
not-
I'll call it the May case. Was that-
2001, yes.
but that's for the GBA
I
release.
should have
though.
remembered. I should have remembered because they used the same date for the DL6 incident.
Yeah, that's right. They use like the present. Yeah, you're right. They did do that.
The DL6 incident uses the same date as I think the date that they began their either the date they began began making the game or something like that. One of those dates where they began work on the game. Which is
Right.
the reason that the series now takes place in 2036.
Yeah, right. Like originally the series. Okay, what was it? Originally the series took place in like 2016, right? Like the first game.
Yeah, the game one takes place in 2016 because DL6 incident takes place in 2001 and it's been 15 years.
Oh, interesting.
They did not realize this when they were making the game. They
Okay.
made the game like, oh, we need a date. Let's just use today's date.
All right,
Boom.
October
2001.
October 11, 2005 was the release of the DS version of the first game. So I assume it was like 2006, 2007 for the other two.
So the DLC case, not the DL6 case,
The
DLC
fifth case is added into the
Yeah,
DL
they
the
added
DS
that to
version.
the DS version. That was not in the GBA
Oh,
version.
so that released after the sequels then.
Yeah, and it actually
no, the sequels
it
come out.
released after Apollo Justice. No. Sorry, it released before Apollo Justice, but they made connections a little bit. But they used the first case to make reference. Was it the fifth case to actually make reference also The fifth case in the first game actually has a lot of references in it to like
Yeah.
pretty much
They were basically
to
setting
the
up for
second, third,
Apollo
and fourth
Justice, weren't they?
games.
When did Apollo Justice come out? Did it come
2008.
out
I know it
after
was
the
2008,
DS
but
remakes?
after the first one at least. I think it came out after all. I know because I know Apollo Justice was 2008.
Yeah, it was. They were setting up for Apollo Justice because a lot of the characters from, or well, several of the characters.
Oh no, never
from
mind. It was
the
2007 it
fifth
came out.
case-
My bad.
Several of the characters from the fifth case would appear in Apollo Justice.
Yeah.
They don't
The
sound that
best
different
of
to
the
me, by
Ace
way.
Attorney games, Joseph.
No, it's not.
The greatest
Which one?
Ace
Which one?
Attorney
Which
game.
one?
No.
Apollo Justice.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I will say I didn't hate it as much as I honestly because I've heard mostly bad things about it and I thought it was gonna be worse, but thankfully it was not bad in the same way I thought it would be. Either way, I don't like Apollo Justice that much. Ruben likes it a lot more than I do. Con,
That's
you
good.
can find out for yourself because we're not gonna talk about it here.
Yeah, we're supposed to talk about the first game. Alright,
Yeah,
So
let's talk
we
about the first
did we
game.
finish talking about the first case? You want to just finish it there?
well, pretty much.
Second
The
case
only
then.
things to talk about are Larry and then the setup of the villain. Second case, very epic. We get best girl.
Mhm.
after killing
I like Maya too. Yeah.
after killing relative second best girl in the keyboard relative to the first game. Actually, yeah, relative to the first game. Or either way, we get a great character dies to make way for god tier character. It's
Yes.
I guess so.
Maya Fey, best girl or best girl?
How about bestest
girl.
girl?
Ooh.
There's
Maya
an Ace
is
Attorney
great.
musical.
Yes.
And the
Or
stage
there are, yes.
Oh my god.
You know, Ruben, you probably told me
We're
about that
going to
before.
Japan.
Dude, yes, I'm done.
Let's talk Maya. What do you think about Maya in case 2 of game 1?
I don't remember that specifically, like exactly what she says, but I remember really liking her.
So when they introduce her, she's like literally over Mia's dead body.
she's literally just over her sister's dead body.
Phoenix comes in and is like, "Who the fuck are you? What's going on here?"
Oh yeah.
Wait,
it was
who are
something
you?
like that.
Wait, Mia, no!
Exactly. Yeah, I remember something like
She
that.
says something about Mia and then passes out, and Phoenix is like, "What the fuck?"
What the fuck? Oh my god! And then Gumshoe comes.
No, but
Oh,
before
yeah.
Gumshoe comes, Phoenix
Oh,
touches
okay.
everything on the crime scene.
No, it's okay, because they don't arrest him. They arrest Maya.
True, the passed out 17-year-old.
But it's also okay, because they eventually arrest Phoenix instead.
True.
Yeah, there are some weird, really lame rookie mistakes that Phoenix does in the first game. Like,
What?
remember
Yeah.
I sent you something like, well, why is he so stupid with
Yeah,
the
that you're regarding stuff in the fourth
long-term
case, yeah. When you
Like,
think
well,
about it, he
second
does
case-
that in every case. What you're referring to, Con.
True. The second case is understandable because his
His mentor just died. Like, you can give him a
Dead
pass.
Yeah,
front of
I
him.
agree, and I don't think it ever bothered me in the second case.
You can have a little bit of a pass.
Well, I don't give him a pass though for going up to Red White and
But,
being
yeah,
like,
they arrest
"Hey,
Maya
Red White,
because
guess
of
what?
the
I know
bloody
what
note
you
that
did.
says
I'm
Maya."
gonna lawyer the ass out of you." And then he gets arrested because he just went up to a powerful politician, businessman, and be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up." And he's like,
God.
"Oh, okay, boom, fuck you."
Wasted. But let's see. So beginning of the first case is an investigation day where you have to figure shit out about the case. You're not even allowed to take the case until Grossberg is like, "No, I don't want to take the case."
And Maya's like, "Well, I guess I need to go with you."
True.
And Maya's not like, no, fuck you. She's like, well, I mean, my sister told me to do this, and she really she's doing what her sister told her to do, pretty much, because she trusts her sister way more than she trusts Phoenix, obviously.
Because she's never met Phoenix before.
Yeah. And she's like, listen, I mean, your sister kind of told me you're inexperienced. And he's like, well, yeah. Mia's basically like, this man has potential.
Yeah,
But
he's
but he
only
needs
had
more
one
experience.
case,
He
so it's
needs more
completely
experience.
Understandable.
Yeah, Phoenix is not offended. He's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But then when Grossberg says no, she's like, oh, fuck. He's like, okay, hold on. I'm gonna help you, because nobody else is. And they can all suck my dick.
True. And that's how the entire series goes. I'll help you because nobody else will.
Yay, Phoenix Wright, our hero.
And then we begin the case with motherfucking Miles Edgeworth.
Hello there.
Hello, my name is Miles Edgeworth.
Motherfucking Miles Edgeworth. Best man.
Man,
Best rival.
he's
Best
so
rival.
Oh, you have an autopsy report?
Allow me to update that for you.
Interesting. I have an updated autopsy report.
That's not legal.
God,
Can't
he
do that.
updates he updates the autopsy report like 4 times in the first 3 games.
Wait, what? Hold on. Okay.
um,
Okay. We know the okay.
Miles
Wait.
Edgeworth, what are your thoughts?
I've never done such a thing. This autopsy report came to me just like that. Phoenix is just an idiot. Okay. Well, we obviously.
Edgeworth in case 2, he's built up as this guy who's like undefeated and relentless.
yeah. I remember like his reputation kind of being so dirty, I guess. Like all the faking evidence and shit comes back into play. Well, it comes back into play, and I'm saying that in hindsight because I played Rise from the Ashes later. But yeah,
Right.
it kind of builds up this kind of rivalry, but then it all gets resolved in a satisfying way later. Like, oh yeah, Edgeworth is not really inherently a bad guy, I guess.
Like he was being a prick,
Mhm.
but he thought he was being a prick for a good reason. He was wrong. He changed. And like his tactics are underhanded, but he never does anything like actually illegal. No. That's where his mentor comes
Yeah.
in.
Like, my God.
Well, no, Edgeworth on his own, he's like, realistically in the second case,
I love
Phoenix
when they team up. I love when.
in the third case, or
Edgeworth I guess whenever, like
Okay, fair.
whenever, Edgeworth and Phoenix kind of like team up when Phoenix. Well, no, Edgeworth is like, and they're just about to end the case, and he's like, objection. What the hell, Edgeworth?
Yeah. He do be changing that. He do be pulling the course of the case very often.
Unlike Von Karma, Edgeworth will like let Phoenix think he's figuring shit out, and he'd be like, "I'm still here, bitch. Allow me to explain why you're wrong."
Edgeworth is the slow burner. He waits. He knows exactly what Phoenix is going to say and what his arguments are going to be, and he knows exactly how to bring them down.
Francisca's
Until the point comes when there's
Francis-
no way he
About to
can
say,
bring the argument
yeah.
down.
I was
Yeah.
just about to say Francisca does that a little bit too.
Francisca's a little bit different though, where she's super prepared. Like she's like, oh yeah, I knew you were gonna do that, so I had this prepared, and I did this,
She's
I did this.
she's
But then
kinda
when she's actually put on
in
the spot, she's like, oh
between-
fuck.
she's in between
Von Karma and
Von
Edge-
Karma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Francisca is much like Edgeworth's preparedness, but with Manfred von Karma's
Snappiness.
yeah.
Like
But when
Manfred's
she's
like, let's get this over with.
when she gets caught unprepared, she can't. She
yeah, like
drops,
but like more
she
than
loses it.
more than anyone, she's like, oh fuck, like she does not handle pressure well.
That's true, yeah. I
Like, it takes her a
Manfred
while.
Von Karma, he's also obsessed with this kind of perfect case kind of thing, but he also wants to get the thing over with as fast as possible. Like I think Francisca's more obsessed with perfection than he was.
That would kind of. Well, here's the about Von Karma. How should I put it? He has his own. His definition.
He
First of
doesn't
all,
care about perfection.
well, first of
but
all, his
he's like-
definition of
he
perfect
doesn't-
is dumb. Like it's not actually good. Let's just get out that out of the way. Let's just get that out of the way. His definition of perfect is stupid. Francisca probably actually has a better grasp.
Every time.
That's what. Yeah, Francisca probably has a better grasp on what that word actually means. The only problem is that word is impossible to achieve. So she's kind of stuck in a hard place, like her entire career.
Well, I guess like impossible, as in like she wants to, be like how her father was, like because her father didn't get like a not guilty verdict.
That's like the
Well,
catalyst for her
you
behavior.
can't be perfect, but also you can't talk about Franziska's motivations without going through all of the second game. And since Khan, you haven't finished the second game, you don't know everything about Franziska
I
yet.
don't
Yeah,
think-
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, we should probably
I am
as much as we want to talk about Francisca, we probably shouldn't.
That's girl Franziska. I love her.
It's okay. It's okay, Ruben.
Yeah.
You can keep on loving her. No one will stop you.
I was
But,
talking
yeah.
about how we wanted Ace Attorney characters in Stupid Mario Brothers.
I didn't
But,
kill them, Your Honor. Objection. I like to show you the picture of the dead bodies. This house has a security camera of Mario shooting everybody up. Anything you have to say, Phoenix? It was his clone, the darkness. Phoenix, get the fuck out of my court.
You can't prove that it wasn't him. It wasn't not him.
That's where you're wrong, Edgeworth. I have all the evidence I need. Now allow me to figure out what evidence that is, because I was fucking lying.
Now I really want this. Now I really want this.
But yeah, second, yeah, okay.
First game.
okay. So okay. So let's just go. Yeah, let's also get this out of the way. It's not at all like a real court of law. So everything, like pretty much everything Edgeworth does, he should not be allowed to get away with. And every handicap Phoenix
meant to be-
has, he shouldn't have in real life.
It's meant to be a fusion of Japanese and American law.
It's also
In-
supposed to
in
be
Japanese
somewhat a
law-
parody of it, of what Japanese law.
In Japanese law, they don't have juries; they just have judges. So it's technically acceptable for a lawyer to just bring in evidence without like having it reviewed in the courts, because only the judge has to see it. So it's like, okay, judge sees it, it's fine.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I brought it for you, Judge. Oh, thanks. Okay.
Wait,
Thank you.
In American law, you don't have like one judge, right? You have, well, maybe you do, but
You have juries.
The verdict is given by the jury.
You have a judge
right?
for, well, yeah, you have a judge either way, but the verdict for a
Or at
judge
least
coming
it's
from a judge.
still like that. because
It's
I've
smaller
seen
cases
so
that
many
give
times.
judge verdicts. Like it's like a divorce dispute or some bullshit is settled by a judge. Well, technically, even that can be settled by lawyers, but if it's in court, it's settled by a judge. It's
It
only a
depends on
jury
the-
if it's
the
like a
magnitude of
severity.
the case.
Yeah, if it's like like for like a murder or like manslaughter or like rape, it's like it has to be serious shit. And luckily for Ace Attorney's case, all of it's serious shit.
It's
know what? I
all
want-
murder.
I want an Ace Attorney and 12 Angry Men crossover, where the 12 Angry Men actually review an Ace Attorney case from the game.
There might be something that's kind of like that, but I mean, you're probably not gonna think of it based on what I'm talking about. But there is something that
Yeah.
I kind of think of it when you say that, but I'm not gonna get into it. It's not until a little while.
I say. But like, it would be cool to see like a black and white film with classical characters or classic actors and stuff, and they're talking about some of the Ace Attorney cases. I don't know, with the Steel Samurai and shit.
Let's just play that case where Phoenix is the underdog and everybody thinks that he's wrong and hates him for no good reason, and that his defendant is absolutely 100% guilty with no evidence. Wait,
Hold on.
hold up. That's all. Not
I'm
specific
confused.
enough.
Are you referencing 12 Angry Men pretty much?
See, the joke is that Phoenix is always the underdog, and people always assume that his clients are guilty for no good reason.
Oh, I see.
But no, but Ruben, her Maya's name, it was written down at the scene of the crime. She's guilty.
Whoa!
I do think
Oh,
that
yeah,
it's
but
similar
the
in a way. Like,
autopsy
it's similar
report-
that Phoenix Wright is kind of in a similar position to like I think it was the 8th juror in 12 Angry Men, but like in every case with Phoenix, like everyone thinks that his like the defendant is guilty, and he has to prove that he is like the defendant is not guilty. And it's kind of similar to how everyone else is convinced that this kid in 12 Angry Men is guilty, and this guy just has this kind of doubt eating it,
It's not that he's convinced he's not guilty, but like I'm not sure, and my insurity is preventing me from making this verdict final.
What did you think about Red White as a villain, as the antagonist?
He's there.
He's like red, white of the blue.
Red,
Corporation.
white, blue. Okay.
Yeah, he's American.
Here's the thing about Red White.
Exactly.
In terms of like being a criminal, he's not impressive. But in terms of like being a man with power, that he works better. Like a man that you don't even know if you
I
can
like
take
how
down
he-
despite having evidence.
I like how he represents, like, oh, this is how, American corporations act. This is what American corporations do. Oh, crap, my AirPods.
Look at me, I have a golden table. Look at me, I stole a painting from someone, and they're okay with it.
Wasn't it ironic that I dropped my AirPods, and I was like, oh, shit, my AirPods, right as I was like,
Oh, no.
criticizing an American corporation.
American corporation bad. My AirPods.
Hold on, my
gold-plated, diamond-studded AirPods. Oh no!
dude, Red White would definitely have those. He dresses in all pink too. Like he literally has like a bedazzled pink suit coat.
Yeah,
It's gaudy as shit, and I love it.
he's shiny.
Disgusting
shiny.
cheese, throw it to the poor.
I will say this: Joseph knows that what my thoughts on this, but Red White is one of the more intimidating villains in the series, especially when you look at the third game. Joseph.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
third game has lame villain?
Shut
Yes.
shut. No.
Absolutely,
Ruben, you shut your fucking mouth. You're wrong.
Okay, wait. No spoilers,
No.
but Joseph likes the third game, and Ruben.
Third
doesn't.
game's my favorite, and for Ruben, it's
The
like his
third game
least
is
favorite.
my least favorite.
You've only played the first three. You don't
Yeah.
know. And for some reason, you like Apollo Justice.
Apologies, this was good.
Trash tier game.
I don't know about them, so I only played the first game. And the
Ruben,
second
just
game
you
and
wait
the
until you
second-
play Dual Destinies. Then you'll realize how trash Apollo Justice is.
Okay.
Mm,
Um.
all right. Well, I think that's the
Second case.
third case. Steel Samurai.
This is really the case where we're like, all right, Maya Fey, who the fuck are you? Oh shit, you're great.
mhm.
Yeah, she's just pretty epic all around. She likes
Hey, you know-
hamburgers.
her traditional
Care about
American style
traditional
hamburger,
people
definitely
that
not
they cooked
ramen.
up, for fun.
She eat the hamburger. She wear the spiritual robes, and she talk to the ghosts.
Yeah. Same. Okay. What was I gonna say? It was really Joseph can vouch for this. It was really surprising for me to see Mia's body in Maya's clothes. I was like, "What is going on?" Is this
Yeah,
real?"
Colin was like super confused. Wait, he's like, what the fuck just happened?
Maya is a spirit channeler. She channels the spirits.
She's a
I
spirit
know, I know.
medium.
I
She's a
didn't
medium
understand it at
for
first. I
spirits.
didn't know that their physical appearance literally changes. I thought that was like a stylistic choice that they chose to draw her like that, and I'm like, why are you doing that? That's kind of icky. But then
Well, you know,
it turns out that's actually what happens. That she actually literally changes.
Yeah,
it would
that is
be
Mia's
a
body
little
now.
bit more interesting if she had ever transformed into anyone else, but it was only
What?
ever Mia that she summoned. She only ever summons Mia in the first
Yeah,
game.
yeah, that's
so.
true. Yeah, I know that Pearl's channels her as well. Like, it's a miracle that Mia was able to fit in
Pearl is
Pearl's clothes.
Epic.
You know,
Pearl is one of my favorite characters, and I
she's
don't wanna
great.
talk about her, but since
She's
we haven't
no
finished the
Pearl
second
is really
game,
great. She's also a
I
badass
love
too.
the
when you think about
dynamic
it.
that Pearl has with Phoenix and Maya.
But Khan
That's
doesn't.
someone.
But Khan may not know the thick of that just yet. Well, actually, no, he pretty much does. But he hasn't seen
How
his
old was
action as
Phoenix
much.
Again?
Phoenix is 24 in the first game.
Okay. Interesting.
So and he's
What
the
was
same age as
that?
I. He asked how old Phoenix is. What was it? Yeah. Okay. When you think about it, Pearl might be
That
just as
makes
much.
him,
and-
what, he's 6 years older than Maya.
Yes. No, 7 because she's 17 versus his 24
Hmm.
in the first game.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We shipped them anyway.
Yeah, she's 18 in the second game. It's fine.
Yeah. First game's over. They're not a couple yet. It's fine. From now on, it's legal.
Yeah, that's why Pearl is there, and she talks
And
about
also,
them
it's a
being
Japanese
together.
game where in Japan, wasn't the age of consent 13?
Yeah.
Well,
So,
we
yeah.
don't talk about that. Oh
Not
God.
talking about that.
Well,
Get
yeah,
back
it's not.
to game 1. We're talking about
Okay,
game
game
2.
one.
But we're supposed
Steel
to talk about
Samurai.
game
Still,
1.
yeah, still. Okay, what
Steel
else?
Samurai.
Will Powers. What about Will
So-
Powers?
Pretty good.
What powers?
Yeah. What about Will Powers? What about him?
Will Powers. I thought he reminded me of, or at least he was like a familiar kind of character to other, lovable big guys. Lovable big guy. Bad English. Can you tell I'm not from America?
No.
Will Powers. Will Powers is a good, an okay character for me.
He's cool.
I'm not
Yeah.
like a super huge fan of him, but when he's there, he's fun.
He's like he's just someone you're like, hey, I like that guy. Like he's not like, oh shit, Maya's on screen, and he's not like, man,
Yeah.
fuck you, Larry. But he's Will Powers. It's pleasant to see him.
Fuck you, Larry, to Larry Butts.
I'd say fuck you, Larry Butts.
Okay.
Like I'm not. I don't actually hate seeing him, but I'm like, oh god damn it, it's Larry.
This guy again. Well, he just reminded me of. I want to say someone other than Chewbacca, but
I see him. I mean, he
um,
talks. That's like one difference, but everything else is
well,
pretty
like,
similar.
but he looks like an imposing figure. He's muscular and he's intimidating and stuff, but he has such a pure heart, I guess. Like he
Yeah.
just wants to make little kids happy, by his TV show.
What else? Penny Nichols might be the most forgettable character in all of Ace Attorney.
Who?
Exactly. It's Ruben,
Was
you
it the intern?
yeah, the intern. Ruben, you know what I'm talking about, right?
What was her name?
Penny Nichols.
Oh yeah, it was Penny, wasn't it? Yeah.
Cause
Yeah. She's
Coins?
forgettable because she didn't have anything to do with the case.
except for that one part where she trades cards with you and you can get them to. I was about to say Max. That's not his name. Is that Max? No, it's not. What the hell's his name? What's the kid's name?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Ruben, you
Oh,
there?
no, Ruben, ah!
Now when am I
I
gonna
don't know what
disconnect?
to talk about with the okay. Ask me questions. Ask me questions.
Gumshoe's man crush on Edgeworth? Question mark.
Oh, obviously. He's so gay for him.
That's okay, because Edgeworth is so gay for Phoenix. I mean, what?
Is he?
Mhm.
I don't actually think so, but that's funny.
Phoenix is
I mean, a
taken.
lot of people ship them,
He
but
is.
I never got.
No,
it.
I think it's funny though, honestly, because especially with some of the dialogue, I think it's funny to just pretend to put them together.
Gumworth, however.
Wait, who?
Speaking of ships,
Gumworth.
one of the weirder ships that I've seen is Franziska and Maya. They
Yeah,
don't
I
interact.
don't
know
get
why
that
that's
one.
a ship.
I don't get
They
that
don't
one at all.
interact with each other ever, not once.
Not at all. I guess there's like a assistant rivalry there. Rivalry
They,
there. Not
they
even really.
literally do not trade dialogue one time in the first 3 games.
But I
Well,
mean-
I think maybe like once in like the second game. I don't know. Like you're right. They don't talk that much at all. But I think that might be an exaggeration to say they don't trade at all. Just not like practically speaking.
I do see, maybe not as a ship, but like I don't know, like for hentai where Francisca
Yes!
kind of dominates Maya because Maya's the weak 18-year-old and Francisca's the strong.
No,
dominant one.
no. Francisca has to secretly be the sub.
Yes.
It's
Ruben likes my idea, I think.
boy, except
like
if you
both
just
ideas.
reverse the roles. So
I like both ideas. They're both pretty epic.
I
Um,
don't think
Oh, man,
Francisca should be doing anything to my poor Maya.
okay.
But Joseph, what about the smut that I am writing of Maya?
What?
That's different because that doesn't involve Francisca. It's only Phoenix.
True.
Phoenix is a gentleman to her. Always.
True. True.
E-flat.
Alright.
And then he buys her a burger.
Burger time.
Poor
Actually, Maya liking burgers is actually a Asian thing.
Yeah, it was originally
in-
ramen in
in
the
the
original.
Japanese version.
I don't want to get hungry
She likes
at
ramen.
2 a.m.
Well, I do because I'm about to have lasagna for dinner.
Shut up.
And in
No,
in
God,
the
don't wave
Japanese
your
version,
hand.
Maya likes to eat ramen in the Japanese version, which leads to
Yeah.
there's a line I believe at the end of the second game where Maya talks about getting ramen with a burger on top, which is a reference to that.
Where?
Like, the game takes place in Japan in the original version, right?
No, it takes place in a mythical version of San Francisco crossed with Tokyo.
Well, okay. Okay, when he
come
said, I
on.
think when he says original, I think he means like before translation.
Yeah.
I
In
don't
which
know.
case, I think
I
it
don't know
was
about
just literally like Japan. But it's okay because now we're in Japanifornia, where
Exactly.
you know.
San Francisco, like in Big Hero 6.
Okay, hold on.
Gaming.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
it's a combination of California and Japan.
All right, this is a picture I think that epitomizes why Robin actually works. There we go. Great image.
Yes.
Too wholesome for
Oh, nice.
BTS. Maya Phoenix? Wait, no.
Very epic.
Anyways. Okay, yeah,
I don't
so.
think that's that.
Yeah.
Case 3 in Ace Attorney, not my favorite case. It's not. It's kind of weak, I'd say. At least out of the first game's cases. Probably the weakest one.
I disagree with that. I'd say it's better than the first case, even though I really like the first case too.
Oh
I
well,
don't- I
the
didn't
first case.
think
Yeah, it's better than the first case. First case is just dumb tutorial case.
It felt a little slower. I don't know, slower as in like, less interesting, I guess. I don't know.
I honestly really
has
I
a
still
lot
like the
of-
third case, but
It has a lot of misdirection.
yeah,
Like,
okay. So the
I
first
think
trial,
the
yeah,
first
go on.
one where the first case where it's not clear who it is that's the actual criminal.
Yeah, because both first and second, they just reveal who it is. Third case, you actually have to figure it out, and I'd say that's why. I think that's why it's interesting because it actually is a good mystery. Well, yeah, for the most part, it is a good mystery because even when you figure out who did it, it's like, well, there's more to it than that.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the one who did it again? I forgot. Oh, it was the
What's
yeah.
her name?
Play the game. Play the case. Figure it out again.
The director lady.
Dave
It was a
something.
lady, right? It was a lady. I remember now because
She was part of the mafia or something.
She is the
she
mafia.
impaled him through the garden things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she
Yeah, okay, I remember.
pushed him over, and he's like, "Oh
Pushed him
no!"
off
and then dead.
Of the stairs, and he fell onto the fence.
Yeah, I didn't mean, but
It's
nail.
like Dave
Shit,
Fresquez.
right?
What the hell is her?
But it was an accident. He was trying to gank her.
Yeah,
and
she
he pushed
actually.
her
Yeah,
down.
she's
Yeah,
not
Hold
technically a
on.
murderer. That would be only be considered manslaughter. Because it was in self-defense. At worst, it'd be
also-
manslaughter.
But also because of to establish the reason behind it, she had to admit that she was also blackmailing him for years.
Oh, that's fine. That's okay. It's okay. We're okay with that, right? You know, he deserved it. Sure.
True.
Oh, wait a minute.
He
Hold
deserves
on.
to go to jail for all that.
Hold on. We can't forget about Wendy Oldbag.
Mm,
What do you mean? Come on, Ruben. She's like the best. She's like the best. She's the best waifu in the game. What are you talking about?
Wendy Oldbag sucks.
Wendy-
Jesus.
Wendy-
I don't like her.
Wendy Old. Colin, what do you think of Wendy Oldbag?
She's funny like 1% of the time.
I guess she overstays her welcome.
Yeah, she does absolutely overstay
I
her
don't
welcome.
mind.
Well,
She doesn't really. I don't know. Indifferent.
I like her. I like her in this case, honestly, especially because of the emotional thing she has I'm about to say Madam. What's the hell's name? Jack Hammer. Jack Hammer. That's the name.
Jackhammer,
was the
yeah.
victim?
Yes.
That was the victim, yeah.
I think I actually like her. We were kind of like soft side about that.
And then she's like, "Oh, Edgeworth, you're so cool and epic."
Yeah, exactly. She's like all the fangirls.
Edgeworth gets all. I like how Edgeworth just is always like doing his that face that he does. The
Like
uh
he's trying to hide like his disappointment in life or something like that.
no, the other one, the one where he puts his fist
Oh,
on the table.
oh,
and
where he's
just
like-
leaning over.
Like, I can't do the face, but it's like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like he's like, what the fuck? Like, is that the first time he does that pose? Technically,
I think it is.
'Cause I
he
forget it.
doesn't get like that in the second case.
Like the second case, he's just like he's kind of like monotone about everything. Like he does the pose, like what? But he never does the what the fuck. And it's all because it's even just within the first game alone. He cannot get the names of his witnesses like at all.
Oh yeah, that's a running joke. That throughout the whole thing, every time he calls a witness, they refuse to say their name or an
April
occupation.
May just flirting with him. What Red White? He's just pontificating about his like fucking title and different names and shit and like other shit. While Red just wants him to say his damn name. Wendy's fucking lusting over the man. It's who else? The fucking
He shouts at the kid.
yeah.
he
The little
shouts at the
the little
kid
kid is just being a brat. And he's like, "Fuck your name, ass."
Yeah,
Give me your name.
Mia has to tell him. Mia gets him to talk.
Yeah, he's like, you're her. Oh, you're the cool girl. Oh, hi. Can you tell your name? Oh yeah, I'm Cody Hankins. That's his name, or Cody Hackins, whatever.
What do you hack?
Was Cody? Okay.
I always mix his name up with Waki Katai from Apollo Justice, just because they
Really?
have the same aesthetic. They have the same aesthetic. They're wannabe
wannabe
Ninja
weeaboos.
boys.
Yeah, I guess I see what's
Yes.
going. But the difference is one of them is
One of them is a child and the other one's an adult.
the difference is one's a nerd, the other one's an ass.
True.
I guess Cody's kind of an ass too, but it's okay. He's 13 or something, 10, whatever.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
he's like 9.
No,
He's
yeah,
like 4th grade.
It's
He's a
okay.
4th grader.
It's okay. It's okay. He's okay. He's more mature than like the other half of the witnesses we get.
All he did was watch a grown man get murdered.
It's fine. It's fine. It's not like we unveiled that trauma for him and made him burst out crying. It's fine.
True.
Cody, did you see him die or not? Yes, I did. Like, I know we had to get info out of him. Like, damn, I feel bad.
I will say that for the third case, at least, I do like that this is the first time that Phoenix actually has to go
Figure
up
it out.
against an intelligent criminal. Like
Yeah, like
the,
Dave,
the
David,
lady,
from what
she
David
does
says,
not
yeah.
give. She does not give it a single inch.
And even when he
Phoenix
like
has to
proves the
win every
possibility,
single-
yeah.
She's like, okay, you've proved the possibility. Now prove that it actually happened.
Like, okay, that could have happened. Next. That makes them a great
Yeah,
story.
well-
I might steal that, Mr. Right.
You're not expecting that when you play, only the first 2 cases, and because you're expecting like, oh yeah, I proved it. It feels like you proved it, but like, no, you only proved the possibility. Just
Like,
go down, go down a notch. Now
Hold
prove
up.
that it actually happened.
yeah, Phoenix is like, wait, I won? I did it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I don't know why.
Because
like, oh yeah.
Because Japan is
The
stupid.
background is that they want to shorten court proceedings so that it doesn't take so long and it doesn't cost as much.
Yeah, because they have so much crime, apparently.
Yeah.
Also,
they
the
got
criminals
a whole bunch
leave
of crime.
way too many trails in the Ace Attorney universe.
Well, how do you
Well,
mean?
none of them are really. There's no professional criminals in Ace Attorney, except for very few instances where
There
there
are
are.
instances,
Which they usually keep. They usually do actually cover their tracks well.
Like, look at
but
Master
even then, there's
Von
problems around it. That's
Von Karma's not a professional criminal.
When
is
you
the thing.
think about what Von Karma actually did, his crime is stupid as fuck.
That's
His
no, I
crime
mean,
was completely
it's kind of pointed
circumstantial.
out, like, oh yeah, you may be a professional prosecutor, but you're not a professional criminal.
Yeah, like,
And I think
oh,
that's
okay, okay. Are we done? Do we want to finish up the second case? Because I do want to talk about at least
The
just
third
just
case.
yeah. I just want to top off. I like the stuff with Dave Gas and Jack Hammer and how Jack Hammer is actually like not not innocent at all. He's honestly more guilty than Dave Vasquez in a way. I mean, yeah, he was blackmailing and shit, but he tried to murder her.
Yeah.
But Powers is cool. I like how Maya and Phoenix are built up in a relationship, and Edgeworth
Maya's just
actually
very
helps Phoenix a little bit. It's cool.
Maya's got that like big, very childish energy, but like she's youthful and she likes to be energetic and all that.
yeah, I like that too.
And count number 2 to Phoenix presenting his evidence to the main villain and being like, "I'm gonna fuck you up," and she's like, "Boys."
The mafia enters. Oh no!
But it's okay because Gumshoe saves them.
Case 4, the DL6 incident. This is they ramped it up for this case. Like cases 1, 2, and 3, they were pretty.
Yeah, like,
tame.
okay, that's
Case
just
4 is
cool.
like,
That's yeah, case
all
4.
right, you use all 3 days. You interview like 4 people. You have a ton of evidence.
Man, that case was a headache, but it was a fun headache. But like, okay, here's the thing. I think that was the point in the game where I'm like, okay, I really love the trial stuff, but the investigation is so not boring, but tiresome.
I honestly didn't. I never like felt like that. But granted, it's way better with the Magatama in future games. I will say that. But
Yeah.
I still do. I still do like the investigation in the first game. I do like the trials way more. Don't get me wrong. But I still like the point of investigations is for the character building. Because you
The
can't really
problem-
get character development when you're on trial and shit like on the fronts. Like you kind of have to do it in the investigations.
The problem with Case 4 in Ace Attorney is that the investigation is extremely long, and there's like 4 screens that you go through. You are
Yeah.
going back and forth between the same 4 places, and that's it.
Exactly. That was when I was like,
That is one thing. The setting gets boring. Like a doc.
The second and third games have much larger maps for the investigations.
And they're actually they're way more interesting to investigate. Like
And, Case 5 actually also has a really big investigation map.
Case 5 has a lot to investigate, and that's kind of why they add on to it a lot with the new DS features.
yeah.
It is time to use
The
here
mic.
in the Ace Attorney world. We do have Magatamas, we have soul reading, we look into your truth, but we have the most outlandish, craziest thing for you right here. Actual forensic science.
What the fuck?
Okay.
What
I'm
was it?
gonna leave the stream.
What I just quoted was the honest trailers for the Ace Attorney game
Oh really?
from like
Trailer for Ace
7 years ago. From like 7 to 8 years ago or something.
Hold on, there's
when they released that.
Okay, there's a video I want to
Wait,
send you, Ruben,
oh,
but
yeah, because Smosh Games did a lot of honest trailers as well.
Yeah.
there's a little like animation that's like Phoenix Wright, Cyclops, the ability to tell if someone's lying, Apollo Justice, his thing where he can do this, and Miles Edgeworth, basic logic.
Yes.
I want to see.
Fun.
I want to see if I can find it because honestly, you can probably watch it too because it's technically a spoiler, but not really because you find out about like the beginning of the game that's from.
Mhm.
I'm listening.
Case
But
4.
yeah.
Case 4 is pretty
Sorry, I
epic.
don't have so much to say.
You have stuff to say. I think so.
Case 4 introduced Lotta Hart. That was cool.
A lot of hearts, yeah. She's cool.
I like Lotta Hart.
She's
And,
kind of supposed.
So does the internet. Wink, wink.
Oh no.
What?
Lotta Hart. You remember her?
There's a lot of
photographer.
Lotta. If you
I
get
said
it.
that.
Join
she's
Take
pretty
Two of
cool.
Game 2.
And I said that the internet also likes her. Wink, wink. Ha 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 ha.
Wow. Oh, interesting.
All right, Ruben, I'm gonna send it to you individually first. And Ruben, do you want me to send what I was talking about in the chat, or like the little video? I mean.
So maybe a lot of heart has a lot of tits.
Not,
True.
no, she has a lot of
Or
hair.
a lot of ass, I guess.
In the image in the internet fan art she does.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I actually haven't come across much with her, but that's also probably because I wasn't searching for it.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's like, alright, Maya, Mia, Francisca. Who
You
else?
know, I really like my mustache.
Oh, oh my god! You know, I just realized, Ruben, the one character from the third case in the third game, his facial hair doesn't Khan remind you of him right now?
In the third game.
The chef.
Oh no!
But
Let's
send me
just
a
say
picture.
what. I think
No.
that's a spoiler. You need to
That's-
see this man for yourself the first time.
Face
even
is a
worse.
spoiler?
I think it's not it's not a spoiler really, but I do need to see this man for yourself the first time when you play the game.
The
Okay.
homoerotic chef.
Khan looks just like him.
But let's see. Case 4. Case 4, you get to interrogate a parrot. Let's
Woo!
go!
Love that part. Remember when I sent that to you on Snapchat? I'm
Yeah, you're like, what the? You're like, what? what?
no,
What?
I was ecstatic. I was ecstatic. Like, yes, I get
The
interrogate a
defense requests to cross-examine the parrot.
Yeah, Von Karma. No, it's because Von Karma technically gave the permission too. Like, Von Karma's like, why don't you just investigate? Why don't you cross-examine the parrot while you're at it? And Phoenix is like,
Yes.
yeah, you know what? I'll do that.
You fool! You cannot get. No, but the best part of case 4 is Phoenix. All right, Von Karma's gotten to every single one of his witnesses. There's nobody that he hasn't gotten to. Wait, I was there too. Larry Butts.
There's no
Larry
way.
Butts jumps down from the stands.
I have to. His testimony's so fucked up. There's no way Von Karma could have done anything to it.
Yes. Larry, you don't make any sense.
There's no way Von Karma could solidify this Swiss cheese of a testimony.
Your testimony's got so many holes, it's impossible to patch up.
Nah, I'm hungry. By the way, when you said
Larry.
Swiss, I was like,
It's okay. It's okay. There's so many holes in Swiss cheese, it wouldn't even fill up your appetite.
True. Larry saves the day, though.
I don't
Yeah.
think I like Swiss cheese actually.
That's okay.
Yeah. Larry did save the day by showing up with a horrible testimony.
Guys, I heard it was Christmas Eve, and I heard a bing, and everyone's like, "Well, this guy's a moron." It was like, Phoenix like, "Wait, he heard a gunshot, but before Christmas," and he's like, "Yeah, so," and she's like, "Bitch, that's before the murder."
Yeah, but yeah, I remember. I remember there was something like, "Oh, you said you heard something after Christmas Eve. Wouldn't that make it?"
Christmas Day?
Yeah, exactly.
Edgeworth,
Damn it! Let's watch the friggin' movie.
we can't
Now
today,
maybe
Con.
it's-
We can't. It's too late.
The breakdown of Von Karma was such a good scene.
That Von Karma has one of the best breakdowns in the series.
Oh, that was so satisfying, man.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like,
If you don't have a bullet in your arm, then you won't mind if I point this metal detector at you then.
I object. This is an invasion of privacy. Von Karma.
Oh yeah.
Von Karma,
Oh
what the
yeah,
fuck?
you think? Oh yeah, the bullet's unrelated. Then let's fucking rip it out right now, and we'll compare it to this bullet that has that came from the same gun.
Fuck.
"It was you."
Okay,
Maya saves the day. She got that bullet from him.
that's the one piece of art I don't like in the game. Edgeworth is like on the stand pointing at Von Karma. That's like the one. I think that kind of looks bad, honestly.
That's because it's
I don't
literally
remember.
just his point, but centered.
Yeah, but he doesn't do it. Like, that's the only.
It doesn't look right.
It
'cause
doesn't
It's supposed to be from a side, 3/4 angle. and
Yeah,
it's-
but it's like it's so weird. Like it's almost like that's like a spray they gave him for like when he was on at the stand. I'm sorry, when he was being the prosecutor, but like He never
They
used
just
it, so
flipped
they just
it
used it for
and put-
this.
Here's the thing: if Phoenix didn't show all his evidence to Von Karma before the final trial, the case would have probably went much easier.
You know what's
But they wouldn't have had the bullet that would have tied Von Karma to the DL6 incident.
Yes,
know what-
they would have, because
No, because he's the one who had it, and Maya took it from him when he got her with the taser.
oh,
Yeah, but here's the thing though. They had but Phoenix did have the letter though. Okay, you're right. They couldn't tie him to DL6, but they definitely could have tied him to this current case.
And the whole point was that after that, Edgeworth was like, "I'm confessing to DL6. I did it. It was me." And then you're like,
True.
"No, it wasn't, because I've got evidence."
Jackson.
Is it actually? Is it confirmed that Von Karma already had the bullet before, like that day, or did he take that along with the other evidence that day?
You didn't have it in your inventory until Von Karma electrocutes.
No,
both of
I
you,
mean
and
like,
then
yeah, but
Maya has it in her hand.
I mean, yeah, but you didn't have it in your inventory because you didn't have any of the DL6 shit beforehand.
Here's the thing. That's what I thought. I was like, oh, only the bullet was recovered by Maya from all of the DL6 shit that they had gotten. I thought that the bullet was inside, well, among all the other DL6 evidence that they had gotten before, like,
Yeah, you go.
Phoenix went up and, hey, I have your letter. But I guess,
Oh no.
Von Karma had the bullet, but Phoenix had the rest of the evidence. I don't remember.
Phoenix didn't have the rest of the evidence. He didn't have the only evidence. All he had was the
He
case
had
file.
all of the
He had the case files. Phoenix. That's all he had.
No,
Di-
Phoenix didn't
Oh,
have.
but wasn't the bullet inside the
No.
case files?
No, the case files is just the case
Phoenix
files.
had a report.
Yeah.
Phoenix had a report. That's it.
Oh yeah, he had a report of the
Who's
case
editing the
files, and it
story?
was like
They
it was
go
like
there.
it was
They
like
look
three
in the
and three.
storage file. It's empty. Yeah, they just had the paperwork.
Yeah, the only
opened
thing
the-
that Von Karma took from him was the letter from Yanni Yogi, or not from
Yeah.
for Yanni Yogi.
Yeah, they didn't have any evidence. They just had the paperwork of the case. So they go to get the evidence. They open the drawer. It's empty. Von Karma's there. He has all the evidence in his hands.
And then Phoenix
And
is
they're
like,
like,
Phoenix is
I
like,
have
"Hey,
this letter.
look at this, Von
Oh,
Karma.
okay."
I have this letter. That's gonna prove you. He does that 3 times in the fucking game.
Wait,
He
when's the,
left-
okay, I remember the second time is
Red White, he's like, I know you did it, and I'm
So
gonna
all
put you on
three of
court
them-
tomorrow. All right, well you're the killer now, Phoenix. So fuck you. Dave Vasquez, I know you did it. I'm gonna come for you, bitch, man. Von Karma, I have this letter. I know you did it. I'm gonna prove you guilty.
Wait, what was the first one again? I forgot.
It's fucking Red White
was with
punching
Red White,
Phoenix in the
Vasquez,
face, saying
and
"fuck
Von
you." I'm
Karma.
gonna make you the murderer.
Yeah. I remember now. Wow, Phoenix is an
Hello,
idiot.
hello,
In this game.
attorney. Hello, court. Hello, court. I have a new information. It was Phoenix Wright.
But how do you know? April May, she lied. I saw Phoenix do it. Why didn't you tell us before? I didn't want to.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
but,
what happened, right? I remember, yeah.
But yeah, when Von Karma electrocutes Maya, she grabbed the bullet while she was like on
Yeah.
him. She jumped him.
remember
She
that,
tried
but
to
I
jump
forgot
on
that.
him, and she grabbed the bullet from his hands while he was
Yeah.
electrocuting her, so he
I
didn't
forgot
realize.
that Von Karma had all the evidence when the Phoenix was threatening him with the letter.
He's like, oh, that's nice. Oh, you figured it out? Okay.
Well, thank you,
And then
Maya.
Maya saves the day with bullet.
Yeah, I guess without the
Thank you,
bullet,
Maya. Very
there's
cool.
no way they could have won the case.
Well, here's the thing, though. Which I think is even crazier to think about. Von Karma would have gotten away with the DL6 if he just didn't kill Yanni Yogi. I mean, sorry, if he didn't kill Robert Hammond.
Who?
If Von Karma didn't
Yeah.
kill Robert Hammond,
Robert Hammond
he
was,
would have gotten away
the
with it.
victim.
Oh yeah, that's
He just straight up. Nobody would have figured out who actually did it. Edgeworth would still be working, but it's fine. You know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yes. I'm muted.
Wait, I thought Yanni
Joseph
Yogi
with-
killed.
the interruptions. Yeah, Yanni Yogi killed John Hammond. He did
John
it
Hammond.
because Von Karma told him
Wait.
to.
Is this a Jurassic Park crossover?
No. Because this character is nowhere near as cool.
Robert Hammond, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I don't
Ruben
remember
said
what his
John
name was.
Hammond. So
I don't remember what his name was.
It's Robert.
I thought it was John. I forgot.
yeah, John
But,
Hammond is the guy
yeah.
from Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Von Karma would have gotten away with it if he wasn't so such a perfectionist. Who would have guessed? But then
You know,
Case-
I'm really, really interested in
Case
Um,
5.
So
Fantasy
like,
Beasts.
so like, no Maya. 0 out of 10.
Case
Okay.
5 Ooh, Case 5 is like the best and the worst case of the first game. Because for one
best
thing,
what?
no Maya. It's like the best and worst case in the first game.
Ah, I see.
Because no Maya. Basically, there's nobody that you know except for Edgeworth
No, there's
And
Gumshoe.
Gumshoe.
and Gumshoe's there. Gumshoe's there for a bit.
I mean, who else do you
He's
know?
only there for the first trial.
Who else do you know other than those two?
So Edgeworth, Gumshoe, the Judge.
Yeah,
The Judge is hardly a character.
the Judge
I
is
don't
one of the
think.
best characters, you foul-mouthed fiend. He's a great.
However, I do think that the plot and the villain in
Case
Five
5
are
has
the
one of the
best.
best villains in the series, in my opinion.
Really? I
Dude.
think I like Von Karma more.
Well, Von Karma's also one of the best villains, so it's okay. Like, it's
Damon Gant.
Damon Gant's
He
definitely in
is
my
really
top 5 of the villains.
He's
Emma
pretty good. Yeah,
Sky.
he's
What do you
pretty
think
good.
about Emma Sky?
Emma Sky is good. I think she's up there. I think I prefer Maya, but
Yes,
I do really like.
but
Emma Sky.
that's the no-brainer. So don't worry. Kyle.
I have opinions about Emma Sky, but I can't share them because Khan's only halfway through the second game. He hasn't gotten to the point where the opinions will be relevant.
Oh, she comes back.
That's a later point in the series.
Oh
Like-
yeah, not in the second game.
Like we said, referential.
I have opinions about Emma Sky. I think she was very good in Ace Attorney Case 5.
Yeah, no, I like her in
I
Case
like
5.
her a lot.
I thought she
I
was
think Lana
both like
Skye was a good defendant too.
she was because for once you actually like other than Edgeworth, like she's also like one that with like a personal connection, like not to Phoenix, but like someone involved. Whereas like, well, actually, I guess realistically, the first game has everyone's like that except for Will Powers, I guess.
Mhm.
Now that I think about it,
But
but yeah,
I will say that it was really difficult for me to get into the first like investigation level. Like I was like, I don't know, I couldn't really get into it really easy, but once I finished that one, it was much. It flowed much better, I guess.
what in Case 5, the first investigation day?
Yeah, Case 5. I don't know. Case 5 Investigation 1.
Case 5
was-
investigation days are very confusing. I think
it's
they're not
I'm
always.
gonna put it on par with the maybe a bit higher, but kind of on par.
I
with
think the
Case
investigation
4.
portions boil down to whether or not the DS gimmicks get in the way or not.
Yeah, it didn't. It was like some of the things weren't very intuitive. I think like you have to go here and then go back and then go back again and just go back and forth between the two places.
I think Case
until
4
you
was
have
worse
the
with
you
that,
need.
but I don't know. Was Case 4 worse?
Well, Case 4 had like 4 places, so it was like it
Yeah,
was
but
inherently
Case
worse
4
about that, but it was also happening less often.
Case 4 was tedious,
Sure.
but it was very obvious what you had to do.
Because
Case
there wasn't
5,
like
it was
much
like-
to do in Case 4. Like look,
I
the
don't know.
ocean. Like there's not that much to investigate.
Case 5 was like you have like 3 people that you can talk to at the same time in Case 5, and it's like, who do I talk to and what do I show to them?
Well, the answer is
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah.
You just show everything to everyone.
True.
I remember both. What was the cowboy's name? I forgot.
Jake Marshall.
Yeah, Jack Marshall. I was about to say Neil, but Neil's his younger brother.
Neil's
Yeah.
the dead
What
one.
what about the blonde food woman?
Angel Star,
Angel Star.
which is like an
So,
actual
Angel
porn star name.
and-
Oh yeah.
Like I'm not even kidding about that. I know there is at least one Angel Star.
I don't know. I thought they were kind of boring, both Angel and
I like
Marshall.
Jake Marshall.
I
a
like
lot.
Jake more.
Marshall's
Angel,
really
I'm
cool.
like Angel's like okay.
Angel was not really necessary.
She's
She
kind of
didn't
a
do anything.
she's kind of a fucking idiot, despite the fact that she's a detective.
Yeah. She.
I don't know. I thought Jake Marshall was kind of boring too.
No, I like his
think he's
conflict and
funny.
everything he does. I like him. Yeah, and
I
he's
mean,
like,
on paper, I do too, but I don't know. I've seen that kind of it was kind of played out, I guess. The revenge, well, not revenge, but like I want to.
I think everybody in that
Seems
case was
like
out for
revenge
revenge.
first, but you know,
was.
I'm not criticizing it right now. I'm just thinking out loud. You know, the fact that I want to see the truth about this matter. So,
well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I think that makes perfect sense though for him to be so passionate about that though, because
of course it is.
Yeah,
I
he
don't know.
loses his brother because of the case, so it
I
makes
know.
sense.
I don't really have a problem with that. I don't know. Maybe it's just the cowboy persona that didn't annoy me, but it didn't do
Seem
anything
that-
for me either. I don't know.
I mean, it's an Ace Attorney
Well,
character.
not
They can't be a
normal,
normal person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I guess I'm not saying that I didn't like how it was. Of course, I don't know. The cowboy persona just didn't do anything for me, and I don't know. I thought it was kind of boring. Angel too. I don't know, and that's why I think. And you know, going back and forth stuff in investigation one was like, okay, I can't really get into this easy, so I kind of took a break after that. But then you know, I played it a little bit more, and then oh no, Edgeworth showed up, and I'm like, all right, I'm
You
back.
stopped before you got the edge. Oh my god,
I took a break. I didn't
Oh.
stop.
you broke
wasn't
before
that long.
Edgeworth. Oh.
Case 5 does take place chronologically after Case 4, right?
Yes.
Yes.
This is the case where Edgeworth decides to quit, and he's
Yeah.
done because he's done with all the. Because this is the case where they just reveal that prosecutor's office has been corrupt the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, surprise, the head prosecutor, or the chief prosecutor is just like, you know,
Falsifying
fucking
evidence
falsifying
for
it.
years.
Oh yeah, Lana's innocent of murder, but she's guilty of falsing
like,
evidence.
everything
She's
else
guilty of a
involving...
lot. She's guilty of a lot.
Like, when is she gonna get out of jail again?
So funny. I think it's so funny that at the end of Rise from the Ashes, we're like, oh yeah, we saved her, yay, hugs and kisses.
No,
oh wait, no,
she-
she's still going to
she-
jail.
He knows that she's going to jail, and Emma also knows it. They're aware. They're
Yeah,
fully aware
but
that she
at
has
least
to go to
Lana
jail.
gets to stay alive because
She doesn't get to.
Yeah. But it's
I'm not
funny
sure.
to me because it's played out like it's so happy and the music plays, and then Gumshoe comes in like, hey pal, you know she's going to jail, right?
no,
yeah,
but,
they know that.
well, Gumshoe always ruins the mood like constantly throughout this case, but it's okay because he brings in the even better mood, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm talking to Gumshoe.
But,
Gumworth. We're talking about.
And the entire case is like, man, why the hell are you making me run around and get this shit for? And it's like, Lana, what the fuck? It's, what the fuck do you make Gumshoe do? It's,
Yeah.
I do think that there is one very large flaw in Case 5, which is Lana's motivation is to protect Emma. Even if Emma
that's right. I know you're
didn't
getting at.
kill anybody, it was by accident and in self-defense. Just
Yeah.
straight up.
Well,
Eh.
here's the thing. She was also kind of afraid of Damon, wasn't she?
Well, I mean, what?
She was afraid of Damon because he was saying, if you don't listen to me, I'll have your sister jailed for murder.
Yeah, except
Yeah.
you can't jail, what's the word? A 13-year-old? Or however old she was? Yeah, she was like
For-
13, right?
She
But yeah, but she
mul-
could go to juvenile
multiple-
hall, I guess.
things was that
Oh, you're cutting out.
Oh
she was a
no.
minor when it happened. She had, can you repeat that? I couldn't hear.
We just said you were cutting out during that entire monologue.
Yeah, we couldn't hear any of that. I'm sorry.
Damn.
I'm lagging out. I can't hear what you guys
Huh.
are saying.
Hold on, here.
We can hear you fine.
You said you were lagging out. You might
Yeah,
be.
I'm lagging out.
Okay, you might not be fine just yet.
Do you guys hear me?
I
hear me?
hear you. Can you hear us?
I can hear you a little bit. I'm just trying to make sure that.
All right. Testing. One,
Um,
two, three. 1, 2, 3.
I can hear you now.
Con.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Ruben.
Me too.
Alright. Yeah, I didn't
So,
hear
like-
what Khan was saying before.
I didn't say anything. I was listening. I was trying to listen to you.
Let's see, what was I saying then? All right. I was saying that Emma was a minor. She was injured. She had a head injury. So she was not in control of her facilities. She could not see. She was in mortal peril. And she didn't even attack anybody with a weapon. She just
Pushed
shoved
them.
somebody. So there is no way that she could be that it could possibly be construed as her murdering someone.
I mean,
The most that it
I
would
got
be
the
was
impression that
manslaughter.
I got the impression with Damon being like the chief of police and with Lana being so obedient to him with, you know, faking all the evidence and shit, that Damon does have the power to, you know, at least separate Emma from Lana by throwing her to like juvenile hall was the kid version of jail, right?
It's juvie. Juvenile detention. Here's the thing, though. I think it still works on this reason. Yes, Ruben, you're probably right that legally speaking, there's no way Emma should have like gotten actually like punished for that because she didn't do anything wrong. Damon probably
I don't
Damon could
remember that,
threaten
but
Lana with that, and Lana could have believed him. But that doesn't mean he could have actually done it. But that also doesn't mean Lana, wasn't still scared of
Yeah,
him doing
but, like,
something.
It's impossible for him to do that. She's innocent.
I think it's reasonable for Lana not to like want to take the risk, honestly. But I do agree
know,
that
it's not
realistically Emma
it's not
would have been
taking
fine.
the risk thing. I don't know. I just felt like
They
Damon could have gotten her, jailed.
I don't
'Cause-
think that he could have, just because there's no way that the evidence could be
Well, you're
set up
saying
in
there's
a way
no
that
way, but
happens.
it was Phoenix that pointed out everything that you're saying. Like, wasn't it? Like, he said it was dark. He said it was like.
No, but there were witnesses at that case. Lana was there. Neil or Jake Marshall and Angel Star were both also in the building,
But did
and they both
see
went into the room
scene-
after.
Did they? Yeah, they came in after. They didn't see the actual murder happening.
Well, neither did Damon
Murdering.
because obviously because he's the one that did it, but he didn't see like
Well,
the
Damon's
actual
the
pushing.
one who wants to frame Emma.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. You can't in a court of law. It's like I saw her push him into the thing. Well, oops, hold on.
Like the thing is that you can't. Just having two people say opposite things isn't enough. If there's two people saying opposite, they have to check the evidence, and the evidence also proves that she didn't do anything.
But to be fair,
What
Damon
about the
Damon
Maya
hid
thing
the
with
evidence
the
though. To be
blood?
fair,
What about the Maya thing with the blood?
you mean with the note, like the
Well,
Maya?
in the
note?
second case, that's because they had a witness that was saying, "Oh, it was her. I saw her." April May said, "I saw her do it."
And why? It's
They had both evidence and witnesses that were saying the same thing, but in case
No,
5,
I'm saying
there was
that
no witness. Nobody witnessed the crime.
they saw the
and
aftermath.
okay,
People
but they
who
saw-
were the witnesses who were there all testified that Emma had that she had been injured.
Well, there is evidence. There's fake evidence, though. There's fake evidence of Damon using the Marshall brothers, finger and painting writing Emma there. Like he's trying to point, like what was the brother?
vase.
What was the Marshall's name?
It was Neil
Neil
Marshall,
Marshall.
the one that died.
Yeah, Damon wanted to make it look like Neil wrote Emma's name with his blood on the vase. And
But
that,
like,
I think that was his decisive evidence.
yeah, but it ended up being fake anyway that they when they checked it. But
Yeah, but Phoenix proved
the
it
thing
was
about
fake.
this is that he did. The thing about it is that there's also people who were there before the crime happened who could testify that Emma was asleep and injured, and then there was also a murderer in the building who kidnapped her in that building. So
Well, okay,
I
idea,
feel like
like
the
okay,
I
idea
feel
that you
like
can
you're the prosecutor and you're the lawyer right now.
here's the thing with Damon. For him, like obviously, him getting Lana to like to work with him was a bonus. Either way, he pinned the crime on someone else, and people believed it. Or I'm sorry, people would have believed it. That's like his main goal. Getting Lana to work for him was a bonus. Well, kind of. That was all. That was a big thing with what he wanted to do. Actually, I take
Well,
that back.
not a
That was
bonus,
like
but,
that was like that was like the main goal of his crime. Actually, in all
his
honesty.
goal was
part of a
to
larger plan, I would say.
manipulate her.
Yeah, for the larger plan. But he would
Yeah,
have gotten
using
away
her
with.
to your gain.
But even if he failed at that somehow, if he failed at that, he would have been fine after the fact. He wouldn't have gotten caught like right away. Like they still would have thought it was Emma. It doesn't even. It doesn't.
I
It's
don't
not,
remember what.
it doesn't even matter if she
I
got
don't-
caught. It's not like that's not really the point. Like Damon threatened Lana with that, but it's not really. It's not really the point, honestly. It's a matter of whether or not Lana believes this guy's gonna try fucking her over and her sister, which he would, and whether or not he, got away with it, and he did. For the most
I don't
part.
remember what Damon's motivations were because he
just
didn't
wants more
plan
power, man.
for.
He just wants
He,
control.
he obviously didn't plan for.
No, he came upon the
the-
scene and saw an
the
opportunity,
guy
though.
to go doing that.
I
What
he,
was did he have a plan for if that didn't happen? What was he?
there was
planning
no
to do
for
then?
if that didn't happen, there was no plan. But he kind of the idea sprouted once he saw the scene of the crime and like everything was just fucked up. He's
Exactly.
like,
I remember it was like that.
all
He
right. He's like,
used
all right. I'm gonna
this
take advantage of this
to his advantage. Exactly. Yeah.
because I think he specifically wanted Lana in the prosecutor's office so that way he could
He just didn't know how yet, but then,
so he could basically have control of both the prosecutions and the the police because
He wasn't the police chief yet when he did that.
But
right?
he did know.
Yeah.
But he had reason to
About
believe he
to
was
become.
going to be. I think he was like up for it or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah, I think this just. I remember Lana saying something like, "Oh, this case just helped him get to
It was
the."
Yeah,
the
yeah, that's
game
another thing.
put
Like
him
finally
in
catching
the room.
Dojo Dark and all that shit. Like he, forging evidence for that. Like that was like another part of it. Because he forged the evidence that Joe Dark killed. No, actually no. That was another big thing. He forged the evidence that Joe Dark killed Neil. Because they didn't have any evidence on Joe up to that point.
Oh yeah. They had no evidence that it was Joe Dark, so he framed Joe Dark for it.
Killing Neil.
And then on top of that, he framed Emma underneath it.
So he got like two
that
birds with one
he
stone,
wouldn't get
basically.
caught.
He's like, all right, I'm gonna get Joe. I'm gonna get Joe actually, murder someone and get caught for it.
It
Here's
was
the thing
a-
with
he
that.
framed
I
on
think
top of a
the
frame.
thing with that is, for the public he framed Joe Dark, but
Yeah.
Lana,
To Lana,
no.
he was framing Emma.
Yeah, Lana. He's like, hey, look, your sister killed a man. What are we gonna do?
Yeah,
Frame
he
it on Joe
was
Dark. That's what we're
framing
gonna do.
Emma.
No, there's that. I think it's that
framing Emma for Lana. and-
Damon framed Emma first.
Yeah.
Because he knew that Lana would then come in and frame Joe Dark.
Or at the very least, he can convince her to
Yeah,
frame
yeah,
Joe
yeah,
Dark
yeah,
once she realized, or once she thought her sister killed someone.
So Lana thought that Emma did kill him,
Yeah, yeah.
and Damon knew that she didn't, and he was like, "Okay, go ahead and do whatever you're gonna do." And she did whatever she was gonna do, and she framed Joe Dark instead.
Not to mention, even with your logical explanation of like, it makes sense. I agree with it. But even with your logical explanation of why Emma couldn't have gotten caught, Lana was clearly not gonna be thinking clearly in that situation at all.
True.
Like 100%. No. it's
Like Lana
Like,
from the beginning of the case knew that this all had to do.
She was under
With-
the assumption that it was her sister that killed Neil Marshall.
yeah, which is why when
The
Phoenix,
entire time,
which is why anytime Phoenix like mentions up like the cloth and shit, she's like, Phoenix, what the fuck are you doing? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she just
But
wants to take the blame because she knows that once Phoenix reveals the truth, Emma's gonna be in trouble.
But then Phoenix is like, you see, there's a critical contradiction here in that this cloth has
Has no
no
blood
blood.
on it.
Oh, case instantly shattered.
Which is honestly pretty
I'm
like
not gonna lie,
simple but
I
clever. Like
kinda
there's
did not
no.
notice that. I had to look that up. I was like, oh yeah.
There's blood underneath where it was, but not on the cloth.
Yeah, like there's like you see the leather vest with like blood on it and the shirt, and it's like, but the cloth.
No blood.
Yeah, I
Zero
think I had to
blood.
look that one
At
up.
the same time, though, couldn't Damon have easily like gotten away, like also made it bloody when he cut it out? Like, couldn't he just stab him first and then cut it out?
I think he. Wait.
Like, he didn't want to mess up the fingerprints.
Oh yeah, you're right. He didn't want either A get him bloody or B get blood on the
Yeah.
ground and shit. Yeah, you're right.
Because
Oops.
if the blood got on it, then it would have messed up the fingerprints and the handprint. It would've been
Yeah,
harder to
yeah. And
get
then
on
either
Emma.
way, there'd be a contradiction. Yeah.
But,
Damon was just fucked. But what about when he killed Bruce Goodman? What about that excellent crime where he just stabs him in the fucking crime room?
That was like a heat of the moment crime.
He's like, "Oh God,
Yeah.
he's bleeding everywhere. What do I do?"
Oh wait, that was the part where
Just
Phoenix was like,
stabs him.
"You may be a perfect detective, but you're not a perfect criminal."
I thought Damon said that about himself. Like he's like, I'm
He
a,
says that,
I may be good at catching
I'm a-
criminals, but I'm not so good at being one.
I may be good at I'm good at catching them. I'm not good at being one.
That's true. Yeah.
Wait, guys, how have we not talked about the Blue Badger?
The blue badger existed. My favorite part is when Edgeworth he looks at the picture. "Oh, no, no.
No, yeah, everything involving
Yeah.
Edgeworth and the Blue Badger is like the first you see the video, he's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" This
Exactly.
entire video has a stupid thing in the front.
Is that in the middle of the frame?"
I love when the music starts after that. I'm like, I was dead.
Like, oh
Do you
my
remember me texting that, Joseph?
Yeah, you're like, you post the image and you're like, oh my god. Like, you're just dying. Okay, speaking of the Blue Badger, though, can we agree the stupid vase manipulation thing to make it look like the Blue Badger was so fucking finicky?
They did not
Wait, what?
program that.
They did
right.
not program that at all, like,
You
correctly.
have to put it in the exact frame.
Like, I got it looking exact.
Sorry, what?
The part where you have to spin the vase so that it looks like the blue,
The Blue Badger. You can get it in a.
I don't think I had a problem with that.
Maybe it was.
one person
I
on
do think
Earth.
I had
That
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one person on fucking Earth.
Like the
okay.
system does not agree that you're doing it right until
Even though you
have it
are.
exactly
played it.
properly.
I played it with a phone.
I don't think that even mattered for me though. I think I had trouble on the phone
Maybe
too.
I optimized it better for the
I
phone.
played it on the
Oh.
Switch, which is the newest version.
I played it on everything, and I've had trouble. Like Switch in particular, I had trouble, but I've had trouble with it most times. I think maybe when you have touchscreen, maybe it works better, maybe. But either way, that
The reaction was this. Look. Ha ha ha. The mascot.
there's the reaction.
Edward's reaction. I'm done.
Yeah, like listen, it was worth it for that reaction. Oh, mostly worth it. But holy shit, they did not. They made it way too precise. It's stupid.
But I think also with Emma in the case, like at the tail end of the case, they weren't talking about actually having her like punished for the crime, but they were talking about, oh, the crime's gonna be all over her conscience for the rest of her life.
Like I mean, it's not really her fault.
Like that's a more persuasive argument of, yeah, even if it was an accident, if she had killed somebody that was her friend and it was good to her, that would probably fuck her up for quite a while.
Yeah, and at which point then, you know, Lana's. At the same time though, if they did that, then Lana's motivation would be more questionable. It's like, I don't want my sister to be traumatized. Like, so you fucking framed a murder for that? Like, yeah, it would suck. But come on.
Like, you do start to see it a little bit when you start going down the line, and Emma's like, "What? Wait, what?" It's like, you see, this handprint. My favorite part about it is that the whole time Emma's like, "Phoenix, show them the handprint. Why aren't you showing them the handprint?"
And he's like, I'm gonna put it. It's yours.
No, I don't need
I
that
remember
yet.
showing
Don't
the
worry about it.
handprint early, and
It doesn't work. They don't let you. Actually, if you show it at the wrong time, you actually instantly lose. I think.
Yeah, because
That's what
Like, Emma
happened
gets
for me.
Emma
But
gets
I did
thrown.
save before.
Emma gets fucked.
Con, did you make a habit to save like all the time?
Yes,
Good.
that's what happened. Like I
Save
was like,
scumming is the
okay,
key to Ace
I'm gonna
Attorney.
save. I'm gonna try this, and then I was like, okay, this is going good because it went ongoing for a while. But I'm like, wait, oh, and then it was like guilty.
Forewarning,
like-
that happens a lot in Trial and Tribulations where you'll get the wrong one, and then they'll like talk about it for a while, and then they're like, "Oh wait, I got it wrong." I happened to me a lot where I'd present the evidence and I get this. They'll like start with the same dialogue a lot of times, and then I'll see the same dialogue. I'm like, "Fuck, I got it wrong," until you realize, "Oh wait, no, wait, that's just the prosecutor being an asshole." I got it right because I will continue with Phoenix actually saying he got it right. And
Maybe I should wait until the happens.
yeah, well, not even that. Just wait until you see like Phoenix's reaction, because like the prosecutor might say my prosecutor or judge or witness might say some asshole thing, even though you got the right evidence. But Phoenix is like, if he says something stupid, or he's like sweating, he got it wrong. But if he's like confident, like he got it right, he probably got it right.
Do that again.
Phoenix right. But
More like Phoenix wrong. Huh?
Oh.
heck.
It's like, wait, Michael saw it. More like Michael did.
Did it? Dude, so many of the Ace Attorney names have puns, which is why it's so frustrating
I
when
think
they.
everybody has fun names.
I don't. Well, here's the thing. I don't get all of them though. Like, okay, April, May. It's just the 2 months. Red, white, blue. Yeah, American flag. Dick Gumshoe. That's 2 detective nicknames. Miles Edgeworth. He's got the edge on you. Frank saw it. Obvious. Cindy Stone. Well, because he got hit in the head. I think.
You got
Or-
Stone.
Yeah, she got
You
Stone.
got, hit in
Larry
the back of the head.
Larry Butts because he's a smelly piece of shit. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Mia Fey and Maya Fey don't have puns. They're just normal names.
Lot of hurt.
A lot of heart. She's got a lot of heart. Von Karma.
God damn
Karma,
it,
bitch.
she's Southern.
Von means of. So it means Manfred of Karma.
Oh,
So, yeah, Karma's a bitch. He
Karma's
got,
a bitch.
You know,
and then his daughter has the same name, even though she doesn't. Even though it's not like the same pun or same like thing. There's Jack Hammer. I don't really get the pun there. Maybe it's because he died. I don't know.
but not all of them have.
There's
Will
Wendy
Pa-
Oldbag.
Willpower because he's like a big guy. Wendy Oldback because
There's
she's
Wendy
old
Oldbag,
as
she's an
shit.
Old bag.
Penny Nichols because she's boring as hell. I don't know.
Hey, Penny Nichols was funny once.
Once, yeah, like for one scene.
I need that card.
Yeah.
Give me the card.
Yeah, that's really the only time. Every other time she's like, oh yeah. But yeah, I did like that scene.
You know, for a while I was like, oh, this is a random character. She's unsuspecting. She's probably the murderer. But no, she's just there.
No, you didn't meet the murderer yet.
Ace Attorney's not that subtle.
Until it is.
Trials and Tribulations, final case.
Yeah, it's subtle.
No spoilers.
Well, Ruben and I disagree on the quality of some handlings.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
But I love it, Con, so
Trials
you'll
and
probably love it too.
Tribulations- Trials and Tribulations was the best overall game. It just was.
Yeah, it is. You're right. Trials and Tribulations.
Wait, which one is
uh,
Justice for All is just the best overall game. Trials and Tribulations is the worst. Overall
2 words, Ruben. Turnabout Big Top.
That
No
was
spoil.
a
No,
funny
no,
case.
no
That
spoilers.
case was funny.
That's in my opinion, the worst case in the original trilogy, which doesn't say much, but I think it is the weakest case in the original trilogy. That's all I'll
I
say.
disagree with that.
Con, I think that's the next case on your list for the game. You may like it. You may enjoy it a lot. At the very
Turnabout
at Turnabout Big Top, it's the third case in Justice for All.
Yeah, that one's a good one or a bad one?
I think it's only it's like meh. Ruben
I
likes
think
it.
It's funny. It's a good. I think the characters. Are funny.
It's an enjoyable case, but I just think it's. I just stuff about it I don't like.
I will say my favorite cases in the series are in Trials and Tribulations. The problem that I have with Trials and Tribulations is the other cases are bad.
No, they're great, but it's okay.
They're terrible.
It's okay. You
They
can
have
be
the
wrong.
worst
Trials and
villains
Tribulation has the
ever.
best first case.
No.
Whatever,
Yes.
Stop arguing about it. I want to form my own opinion.
Well, we formed our opinion, so you're gonna have to deal with it. um,
Let's talk about the first two cases of the second game then.
Sure. I like the tutorial case better than in the first game because Maggie
Yeah,
Bird is
yeah, I think- yeah.
sexy.
Con, do you remember what I was talking about the with the memory thing from Super Mario Brothers? So that concept was done way better in Ace Attorney.
Oh.
Yeah, the first case of Justice for All is what I was talking about. That's done way better
You-
there.
Have you finished the second case or no?
I did.
So you know about the Magatama now, right?
Yeah.
Magatama was a good addition.
Best edition they could have done for
Absolutely.
investigation.
Friggin'
And of course, the tutorial case for Justice for All, it's really just, hey, it's Maggie Bird, she's sexy, okay. Then there's this guy, and he's a poser, hipster guy. Fuck him. he sucks.
Also, subtle Gumshoe Maggie Bird shipping. Huh?
Whoa.
Gumbird.
Gumber. Dick Mag.
But now let's talk about Case 2. Case 2 introduces the two best characters in the entire series,
Okay. what?
Franziska and Pearl.
I love Case 2. I really enjoyed Case 2. Oh my god. That was
Case 2,
so
in my
good.
opinion, is just a better version of Mace 21's Case 2.
True.
Like, other than the fact that,
Yeah.
you know, there's no, like,
Also-
death of a character
That's
you care
not
about.
a bad comparison, actually.
Eeny Meeny is sexy as fuck.
No, Ruben. Ruben, it was
I like
Meanie.
the-
No, Ruben, it was
It's
Mimi
actually
Meanie. Mimi Meanie
but
sexy
She
as fuck.
has Eeny Meeny face.
Yeah, but Eenie Meanie doesn't have them tits, probably. Maybe. I don't know.
You don't know that.
I don't know, but I
But,
can. I can't confirm, so I don't know. Exactly.
the-
You don't know
the-
either.
the villain reveal was good in
Mini
right.
or Miney?
It's mean. It's like Eeny Meeny and Meeny Miny.
But I thought it was like Eeny Miney and Mimi Miney. So the third
The pun is Eeny Meeny Miny Mo. That's
Eeny
the
Meeny
pun.
Miny Mo,
That's
and then
what
you
I
get
was
Mo
gonna say.
later.
I thought a third sibling would be Mo Miney.
Whoa.
If
Technically,
It's
Ruben,
Miney,
we
not
don't know the last name of that character.
Oh no. Well, actually, I think they do.
Oh, we do
Yeah.
it. Oh, well, we know his stage last name, but that's not his actual last name.
who?
Curls.
Yeah, it's yeah, but is that
He's
that's
based
that
on the Three Stooges.
Mo Curly? Yeah, I know, but is that's Curls his actual last name?
I think so.
Oh,
but, yeah.
damn it!
Or no, it's
He
it's
changed his
Lawrence,
name.
I think. Something. He's the Three Stooges all in one.
Cause
but
cause
he's
his
not
his
important.
like isn't his name like Lawrence Curls, but his like stage name is Mo. Mo the Clown.
Yes.
Okay.
Lawrence Curls. His name is Mo.
Right.
But I think it's Meanie just because it's Eeny Meeny, and then you find out
Okay.
about Mimi Meanie after.
And then Mo was the car accident. I don't know.
Oh,
Mo's the
no.
car.
There
Mo's
you
the
go.
car.
The I like the process of catching Mimi Meanie. Just cause like, oh well, something's not adding up in your story here. You said you got out of the right side of the car. Yeah, I was the passenger. That's interesting. The car was
Because-
a British model.
I did guess that Mimi Meanie was alive, but I did not guess that Eeny Meenie was actually Mimi Meanie.
He did not guess that Eeny Meeny was dead.
And then there's also that Morgan Fay was the whole one guiding the whole thing.
I
Yeah.
like Morgan Faye's villain, but I wish we got more from her in this case.
Yeah, she
Morgan
That's-
Fay was
that's all we get
scary.
about her.
I was creeped out by her. I'm not gonna lie.
I think also, isn't there a big deal? I don't know if you caught this, but how Mia specifically inhabits Pearl the last day of the trial, so that she doesn't see.
Yeah,
Morgan
they
get,
made a point. Yeah, they made a
Pearl.
point of that. Like Phoenix specifically asked Pearl to do that, so she didn't have to see it.
Exactly. Yeah.
She's like, "But I want to see the trial." And he's like, "Yeah, but I just really need Mia, right?"
Need Mia.
Which is a lie, but because Mia helped out the first day, but did she help out the second day?
She doesn't help out anymore after that. He just asked her there because he doesn't want Pearl to see more.
Yeah,
than
like
that.
okay, like the third
Put in
case,
jail.
third case, Mia is not. I don't think she's there at all.
No, she did.
Case
Like, I
3?
remember at the
Is it?
beginning.
I don't know, actually.
they
Actually, I
had,
don't-
like an
sorry, I don't know,
exchange
actually.
with Francisca, and then later on, Mia was the one who convinced the judge to give, well, let Phoenix give. Phoenix
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. It was like the first day of the trial that Mia was involved. And Francis is like, "Hey, who's that? Who the fuck
Hmm.
is that? Big tits? I have a picture of you."
No, that doesn't happen until later.
Is that until day 2? How many days is the trial? 2 or 3?
No, that she doesn't. The thing that you said about a picture of her, that's not in Justice for All.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
No, because Phoenix talks to Maya while she's in the detention center. Francisca gets a picture to prove that's how channeling works, and that the picture of Maya looking like Mimi Meanie makes sense.
Oh.
That's the
Yeah,
reason why she did it
I
in the first
remember
place.
now.
Yeah. It's
I was
interesting.
thinking about a
because
case in Trials and Tribulations.
Like,
That
I
You-
happened.
remember in
you
the
fool.
first one, it was such a big deal that the detectives had to resort to like a spirit channeler for help, and it was like such a shame for the department. But then I'm not saying it's an inconsistency. I'm just saying it's interesting that in the second game they just accept this whole
Well, that's because
situation.
Francisca's proving it to the judge and
Yeah.
saying, "Hey,
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
it's really
big facts."
it's really convenient that Maya couldn't channel at in the fourth case of the first game. Otherwise, she could have just channeled Gregory Edgeworth and be like, "Hey, so who did it?" It's-
True. But also, Francisca
was
has
still trained.
sway. Francisca has sway. If you recall, it was I believe the in the DL6
Look at this. She's
incident.
always like this.
In the DL6 incident, I believe that who was it? John Hammond or
Robert
Robert
Hammond.
Hammond was trying to have the person summoned.
I know. I think it was the police.
Deal-
No, I think it was the police that tried having the guy summoned because they didn't have any suspects. And once Yanni Yogi was accused by Gregory Edgeworth, then Robert Hammond defended him. Although, okay, here's the thing: when you actually look at Case 4 of the first game, there's actually a lot of holes in it, in my opinion. Like, one example. Okay, so the big thing about Case 4 in the first game is that Misty Faye becomes like shunned because of she got the wrong person, right?
Mhm.
But she didn't. People still think it was Yanni Yogi. It was just that he got free of charge because it was an insanity plea.
Ooh.
So according to the facts that they knew, Misty Faye was right, but Yanni Yogi didn't get, he didn't get sent to jail because he was an insanity plea. So why would Misty Faye?
I think you're conflating because DL6 involves the first case where Misty Faye summoned somebody, and it was the wrong person.
But they don't know
This
that yet,
leads
though.
into,
No,
but no, Yanni Yogi wasn't involved in that case. That leads into the new case where Robert
wait, what?
Hammond defends Yanni Yogi for the death of Gregory Edgeworth against Von Karma, I believe.
Yes,
Okay, wait,
but
I'm confused.
but the point is though they had no reason to believe she got the wrong person because Robert Hammond's defense didn't prove him innocent.
Okay, wait.
No,
I'm
Robert
a
Hammond
little bit
is
confused
defending
here.
Yanni
Hold on.
Yogi for Gregory Edgeworth's death.
Yes.
Before that was the case where Misty Faye was trying to do something for somebody else, I think.
No, Misty Faye was trying to do it for the DL6.
Yeah.
That's why she
For
summoned
sure.
Gregory Edgeworth because he's the one that accused Yanni Yogi.
Okay, wait. Let me remember this. I think Misty. Who was Misty trying to channel?
Gregory
She
Edgeworth.
was channeling Gregory Edgeworth?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Gregory Edgeworth said Yanni Yogi, right?
Yeah, he accused Yanni Yogi because he honestly God thought his son did it, so we want to protect his son.
Okay, but then Robert Hammond defended Yanni Yogi, and Yanni Yogi was found innocent, right?
No, he wasn't found innocent. He was removed of charges because he was proven to be insane during the time of the crime. Under the facts of the case, they still think he shot him. It's just
And
that
then
they don't
but
think
Robert
it's just that,
Hammond was Robert Hammond had him lie and say that he didn't know what he was doing, even though
yeah,
there was
yeah,
evidence
you're right.
that said
Maybe
that.
not innocent, but he was.
But the
proven-
point,
well,
yeah,
not
but the
proven.
point is like he
Not
got off
guilty.
the charges of murder because of like the insanity plea.
Yeah.
But
The fact of the
stayed.
matter was that it wasn't Yanni Yogi, but Robert Hammond said, just pretend that just plead insanity and act like you're insane forever.
Yeah,
That's it.
which is that happened. But according to like the facts ever the general public knew, there shouldn't have been any reason for Misty Faye to be called under question.
Why?
Because just because
Because
Yanni Yogi
Yanni
did it under the
Yogi-
pretense of insanity doesn't mean he didn't do it. According to what everyone knew, she was right. Yanni Yogi did
No,
it.
but according to what everyone knew, people only wait.
The public knowledge was that Yanni Yogi did do it, but he was insane.
So that doesn't mean Misty Faye and Gregory were
Doesn't-
wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember
shouldn't
him,
mean anything.
Like, the public knowledge being that Yanni Yogi was found not guilty.
If that
he
here's
shouldn't have been.
Yeah,
'cause the crux of the argument is that Yanni Yogi says that Robert Hammond ruined my life. He told me to plead insanity, and I did, and I got off, but then I lost everything.
it's like the equivalent of getting off for like self defense. Like yeah, you aren't going to jail, but you still did it. Like that's not the same.
Okay.
Like you're not like innocent. You're not guilty of murder in the same sense. So I guess technically he's innocent for murder, but like it doesn't prove it. It's
So I
not. There's
guess
nothing.
Misty
Nothing
Faye
contradicts each other. There's no
Doesn't
contradiction.
need to be shamed like that. Is that what
Yeah,
you're trying to
that's what
say?
I'm. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. There's no reason because she wasn't like according to what everyone knew, she wasn't wrong. And technically, even if she was wrong, it wasn't her that lied. It was Gregory.
They couldn't.
they-
I mean, they wouldn't be able to prove that though, because
They
they
wouldn't
had
be-
no reason to believe that Greggy lied.
Yeah, and people had this prejudice against channelers like her, right?
I think that was
Yeah,
after
they
the
just
fact.
didn't believe
I
her.
thought.
They just didn't believe her.
I mean, I
Everybody
don't
in
know.
general, mean.
I feel like seeing her change into the fucking guy should be pretty convincing, but I don't know. I just think that whole like part of it is it's just not doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and the prejudice against channelers was after that because of the deal.
Because of that case. That was the impression I was
Oh,
under.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was the impression
So
I was
the
under.
channel-
Wasn't it
channelers-
the fact that the
they-
detective having to resort to.
Well, they did that like under wraps. They weren't doing it like publicly.
Until someone made it public, that was working for Red
Yeah,
White.
which was it was
Grossberg. It was Grossberg, yeah.
yeah, Grossberg
Oh, fucking
revealed it to Red
Grossberg.
White, who then leaked it to the public, and everyone's like, "What the fuck? You use a spirit channeler? Boo! You suck. Spirit channeler suck. Boo!"
Actually, now that I think about it,
Grossberg
you know what? It
means
actually might make
ignorance.
sense if they got shunned more for just being revealed that they used him, and less for getting it wrong or
Mhm.
right.
Yeah.
That would have made more sense, but I think they made it more about her getting the wrong guy than anything else, which is just not the case. At least according to what they knew.
Might have been a disconnect or something. I don't know.
What happened to Yanni Yogi? I don't remember. After he pled insanity, his fiance died.
She committed
Why did she
suicide.
die?
She committed suicide
Why?
because apparently her and her husband, like both of them, were just going through so much like shit because people like I guess hated him or something just because of the guy goes what he did. Like his life was ruined after that fact, and she was pretty much tied to him. I guess she couldn't handle it anymore.
She killed herself, but I don't know why that happened.
It was pretty.
I don't.
It was pretty much just because
weird.
I kind of get. I don't go into detail, but I kind of get. It's like okay, their life got completely fucked after that because they had a horrible reputation, like
Yeah,
him,
that's all I remember.
and like
The
she
details
just
of
couldn't handle the
everything.
pressure of it. Committed suicide.
DL6 really did have like a very very big case, a very very large net of what happened. It involves so many pieces and so many characters.
Yeah, like in
Fast Talk was
all
pretty
honesty,
cool.
out of all the final cases, it's probably the most. It's probably full of the most holes, in my opinion.
Well, but that's natural, I think.
Maybe, but I think to me it lowers my rank. Like I honestly think I might like Case 5 more than Case 4 in the first game.
They're on
Like
par, in
I
my
think
opinion.
overall maybe, because I think Case 5 overall is a more
I
solid
think I like
case.
Case 5 more because of the Blue Badger.
Like I think Case 5 is like a better written case, but I like Case 4 more, if not just as much, if
I
not
think you-
more,
no, I
because of
think
like
they're on
Edgeworth and
par,
Von Karma and shit.
In my opinion, they're on par, but just because it has a few holes doesn't mean it's automatically worse.
To me though, it's not a few, because it's like big things. Like Von Karma's crime, like like I said, the elevator crime was stupid. That he got away with that. Like, oh, I got shot, so I'm gonna go up to him and shoot him, and then walk away. How the fuck did you get away with that? Nobody saw you. There was no cameras or anything. I know there's a power outage. But like, nobody could place you at the scene. Nothing. There was nothing professional about how he did it. How the fuck is it a perfect crime?
Well, he ran to his island or whatever.
Yeah, but he
Or
still had to
street.
leave. He still had to leave the building though.
It was never said island. It's funny.
Like
they
there's
said
not to
that he
mention,
went on
not to
the
mention
streets,
the gun
I
he
imagine
used.
when-
He didn't have gloves on. Straight up, his fingerprint should be on that gun, or on the elevator door or something. Like
Who,
There's-
I
Von
don't know,
Karma?
I feel
Yeah,
like
Von
these are
Karma.
kind of-
He had his
it's
gloves though.
fingerprint evidence
whole
on the
time.
on the murder weapon is not nitpicks. That's like the most important thing.
He had his gloves on the whole time though. He never takes the gloves off.
Von Karma doesn't wear gloves.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
No, Francisco wears gloves. Von Karma doesn't.
Von Karma does.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't wear gloves. I swear. I'll get an image right now. He doesn't wear gloves.
I really don't care.
I care.
Uh,
Okay,
really
I care.
about this much detail and plot holes and like
Here's well, I
feel like
care.
these are tiny plot
To me, it's like something in the long run that
Oh,
if I have to put them up against each other, it's something I care about. Ruben, I'm gonna send you. I'll just send the chat actually.
As long as it doesn't like bother me or prevent me from doing the case properly.
It doesn't prevent me from enjoying it. No, that's not until Apollo
Yeah,
Justice
that's
where
what
it's,
I'm trying to say.
it's
It
not until
doesn't
Apollo
prevent me at
Justice
all
where that
from
becomes a problem. Oops.
Again, the only reason I like Case 5 more is because of the Blue Badger.
That's funny though. That's the reason why.
To be honest, I think I like the witnesses in Case 4 better. But yeah, Blue Badger.
Probably yeah. Yeah, I say overall I do. I think I Damon Gant and Lana and honestly
Damon
for me
Gant and
for me
Lana
Jake
are
Marshall
on-
bring the case up. Like Angel Stars, she's like easily the weakest
I
point
don't know.
of that case.
You already know how I don't really care for Jake Marshall, or Angel Star.
Angel Star, I kind of agree
I
with
did
you on
like-
not
I did
Jake
like
though.
the food stuff.
Oh
that
my God!
she
How the
did.
fuck did we not forget? How? Yeah, I agree. The lunchbox is the best part about her. How did we forget about Meekins?
Who's Meekins again?
Megahorn game. Megahorn guy. The guy who got arrested for killing Goodman in the other spot.
Yeah.
How the fuck did we not mention Meekins?
Forgettable, I guess.
No, he really shouldn't be. He's more honest. He really shouldn't be.
Meekins kinda.
I guess there was so much going on.
kinda
in that
cringe.
Case.
There was a lot of people in that case.
Yeah.
And Meekins was probably the least important to the case.
Least important, but he also he was like the comedic relief for
Not
like the whole.
least important, but least.
No, I'd say Angel Star is like the
He was
least
definitely-
important.
I mean, Angel
kind of.
Star was also tied into the main thing in the case. She was one of the detectives of the original crime, and then she was fired so that Damon could keep his position.
I think
Yeah,
the
but-
word
Yeah, but they could have
important is-
literally replaced her with a security camera and and nothing would that much would have changed.
Well,
She was
Imagine
important to the
music and-
story. She wasn't important to the actual gameplay.
Yeah, I
She
get
was
you.
important to the story.
I
You
get
know
you.
what? I think I might learn how to play the Blue Badger music on, with
Ba
on
ba
piano.
ba 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 da.
Ba, 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 ba. It's so good, man. Blue Badger's awesome. Gumshoes Magnum Opus.
Yeah, man, he did a good better job on that than we give him credit for. But I think we discussed everything we kind of can.
I love
Francisco
the,
Girl, best character.
Investigation. The lock thing with Mia. Like, need to defeat Mia. Sort of.
Oh,
In
yeah.
that case too.
Oh,
to
because you have to
find out
figure out
about
her
Morgan.
secret. Yeah.
Yeah,
To figure out that Morgan is like the one responsible.
yeah. Like, why are you protecting her? What do you?
Yeah, Morgan. By the way, Joseph, Morgan Fay also a better villain than the villain in Trials and Tribulations.
I mean, she's also well, okay. We can get into it, but like,
Morgan.
I
Fay-
like Morgan Fay as a villain too, though. That's the thing.
I
Yeah,
think Morgan.
But she's
Fay,
better than the other
not
villain.
Fay. Morgan Fay.
Not in my
is
opinion,
fucking
but
scary.
I like the other villain better, Ruben.
You are wrong.
Well,
Your opinion is bad.
Well, guess
Bad
what?
taste.
My opinion is not in the minority, so.
I just want to say Morgan Fay is fucking scary, and she looks scary, and her reactions are scary, and her music is her.
She is.
If you want, here, this is the thing that you will solve it. Look at the hentai of Morgan Fay, and see the big milf titties.
I don't want to jerk to her, Ruben. All right.
Well,
Are
I'll
they
post
scary
them in
hentai?
Big server later.
Okay.
Are they scary?
I won't mind looking at them, but like I don't want to jerk to that bitch.
True.
I don't want
I
to jerk.
like maybe it's interesting like how they made her creepy in like a hentai.
No, because that means she's gonna be in a fucking horror hentai, and that's the last thing I want to see.
Man,
Alright, but what you will definitely see is a lot of Franziska von Karma.
Well, I mean, I already knew that.
Oh.
Connor, are you sure you want to be in the BTS server?
Adami mommy!
But secretly the subby mommy.
I will
True.
probably eventually take a look at it at some point in time, but I don't have like an urge to do it or whatever.
Well, at the very least,
Uh,
Con, you can continue with the second game.
Yeah,
We can't
I
talk
think
about
I'm
second game
gonna-
anymore.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go
You
because
know,
I have to
actually,
finish an
I'm
assignment.
probably gonna
I-
definitely prevent myself from looking at Ace Attorney hentai because I don't want to be spoiled or anything.
Oh, the hentai.
True.
How's the hentai gonna spoil?
Spoilers for hentai, oh no!
Spoilers,
I
Maya's.
haven't seen this character, fuck!
Spoilers, Maya's an A cup. Ah!
No!
The
Alright.
difficult part is
And we
okay.
could refer to plot lines that he hasn't gotten to yet.
I will say, I mean, technically you could spoil yourself with like character reveals and like hentai, I guess, but like those characters are
Nah.
like on the cover of those games anyway, probably. I feel like you're not gonna. You can always look up particular characters if you're really interested.
But like sometimes hentai has like speech bubbles and shit. I don't know.
Yes.
Just look up the Japanese
They could
versions.
spoil storyline. Yeah,
Oh, that's
I'm gonna go because I have assignment to do.
I'm gonna go to dinner.
One day we three should watch the Ace Attorney movie.
I'm down.
That
Yeah,
would be pretty cool.
pretty pog.
See you, fellas.
Goodbye, you two.
This was a good chat.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya.